down for Will Love. Gabriel. Ohio State with a red zone stop. Cody Simon, incomplete. Ohio State with a red zone stop.
It looked like it was just zone coverage. They had everything covered up. It was just zone coverage. They had everything covered up. He tried to force it.
Red zone stop. Cody Simon, incomplete. Ohio State with a red zone stop.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Don't. Go ahead. Press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on Max. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Donald Trump handpicked his White House team. Now the people who knew him best say he's too unstable to lead. Here's his national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of...
With the new iPhone 16 Pro on Max. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year.
No, I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is too big a risk for America.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
The quality of your healthcare shouldn't depend on where you live, what you do, or whether you have insurance. It should be personalized to your unique needs. That's why we created Weight Loss by Hims. 100% online access to GLP-1 injections for as little as $1.99 per month, including options compounded in the USA and available now if prescribed. With a range of treatments developed with leading weight management specialists, your plan can be customized to you. Expert care and ongoing support. That's healthcare as it should be. Get started at hims.com.
I took a patient out of the hospital on a motorcycle. I like to know what my patients are experiencing.
Did you just take a patient's drugs?
Brilliant Minds, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Jordan Cornette with your game break. Florida, Tennessee in a good one. Volunteers come storming back from a 10-point deficit thanks to Dylan Sampson breaking this one 23 yards to the touchdown. They took their first lead of the night, 17-10 though.
JC, there are some top 10 teams currently in action, 2 top 5 teams here in a battle. And now Ohio State would have to go for their longest drive of the season to extend this lead.
Letting golden opportunity to go by the wayside there. Great chance to score and take the lead again. Now they gotta hope they can get a 3 and out from their defense with Ohio State backed up in their own territory.
Just stays in there, delivers a bullet right to Abuka for a first down. Picks up 15.
Oregon bringing pressure. It's man free, and there's a safety that's going to come over the top to help, but the ball is perfectly thrown on time. And Abuka able to make the catch on the slant and get the first down.
5 catches at 36 yards and the touchdown for Abuka. Jeremiah Smith, 6 for 63, the touchdown on the last possession. Howard now up at 215.
Looks like straight man and out of free safety.
Henderson run.
Ohio State choosing to run, but Oregon really selling out for the run on that play.
Devin Jackson came in to make the tackle. 4 more yards for Henderson.
Will Howard has done a really nice job in this ball game of distributing the football. Of course, Jeremiah Smith and Ibuka, but both tight ends, G. Scott Jr. and Kev Merrick have a couple catches. Judkins with 2 catches. Taking what the defense gives you, knowing you've got a lot of guys that can make plays.
Half moving to the third quarter after a slugfest in the first half. Henderson, patient, runs into a host, including Uyunglele. Third down coming up here, a 3rd and 3.
And this is where Oregon really misses Jordan Burch, right? Their best pass rusher, can't be blocked one-on-one. You've got to account for him, and he's in street clothes on the sideline on critical 3rd down plays like this.
Derek Harmon has stepped up on the interior in his place. This one a 3rd and 3. Howard trouble with the snap. He just has to jump on it. Oregon gets a gift, and it's 4th down.
It's a good snap. Will Howard just mishandles it. Maybe his eyes are looking downfield, confirming coverage, but he just is not able to field the snap and does the right thing of covering it up. You don't want a turnover here in your own territory, but you're right, Noah, a true gift for Oregon.
Similar to the Harmon rip-away and the fumble in the first quarter, maybe can ignite this crowd once again in this second half. McGuire to put it away. Johnson back to receive. Calls for the fair catch, brings it in at the 40. A 43-yard punt. 11 seconds to play in this third quarter, and Oregon will get the football back.
Yeah, on Ohio State's last goal line stand. This is 4th down. Now this is Tez, right? They're going to bring him in motion and run a little mesh concept here. And Tez is going to be open, but for whatever reason, Dylan Gabriel comes off of him too fast. He doesn't think it's open. His head and eyes go away from it. Tez is still open. He was open from the beginning. As you see on the Discover Pylon cam, he's still open. Dylan Gabriel went off of him too soon, and Oregon let a scoring opportunity go by the wayside, and it could have been a very easy go-ahead touchdown.
The missed opportunities, as you mentioned, on some special teams blunders, and there on the goal line opportunity. Oh, what a catch by Johnson. Tez turns it upfield, loses the ball at the end. Will they call him down? And they will. Picks up 9 in the final play of this third quarter as Caleb Downs chops him down. What a game on Big Ten Saturday night. Number 2 versus number 3 has lived up to the billing. Tightly contested with a 6-point Ohio State lead as we go to the 4th on NBC.
At U.S. Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones, but we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Cobras, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits. With Cobras, we're always there for you on your road to here, because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
At Ohio State, we are the agile, bold breakthrough teams. The never afraid to innovate teams. And the achieve more together teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Are the animals still worked up?
Yes, some kind really spooked.
He says we're trapped.
Who says?
The man in my head. Because I know I'm giving you an equitable offer. I know I can help you. What is great about this product that you're not utilizing now, I suspect, is it's built perfectly for social media and promotion. It's so visual. Let me tell you what I think. It's a problem that It's a fair deal.
I didn't put that on.
Time just about a foot out of bounds. 6'5", 200 pounds. Chris Brazzell. Got to watch him at practice the other day. Look, these Tennessee wide receivers, I mean, they are just giants with tremendous athletic ability. That close to making one of the biggest plays of the game.
So Ross again. Another line drive kick. DK will try another return. His last one, 30 yards. Impactful. He turns the corner. He gets a block. Another great return. The short field again for the Gators. Needing a touchdown to tie.
Special teams, special teams, special teams. Florida has a new special teams analyst in charge of this phase of the game. Named Joe Houston, who comes to them from the New England Patriots. And I tell you, they have just delivered nothing but big plays all year long. There you see him. Just high five, like, woo! Hey. Do not ever underestimate the importance of special teams. It's not a time to go get something to drink out of the refrigerator or grab a snack, especially when you're watching Florida Gators, man. Because this team will turn the tide on you quickly with their play. And you're seeing it here tonight.
You're talking about complementary football.
That's
the defense and special teams for Florida, back-to-back flips of field position here, has given this offense every opportunity that they could ask for.
That's right. I mean, you couldn't serve it up to DJ Lagway any better than this. You're on the plus 31-yard line. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go. On the road. What are you going to do?
We're about to find out. Hand off to Jacoby Jackson with a stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder and picks up a first down. Lowered the boom on Ricky Gibson. They're in the red zone.
That's a nice run by Jacoby Jackson. Look, you hate to see Montrell Johnson go out. For Florida, you're just lucky that you have this kind of depth with Jaden Ball and Jacoby Jackson, who are just toting the rock with tremendous efficiency, power, agility, doing work here tonight.
They're going to snap the ball again before the 2-minute timeout. I don't think so. Take the clock down. Billy Napier was out on the field yelling at his offense. Maybe to try and hurry and get one more snap off, but instead they take it down to the 2-minute timeout. A touchdown separating Tennessee and Florida. 2 minutes to go.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, they even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy won't be standing the test of... Ah! He's milking! Oh, jeez. No! Okay. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Oh, I'm ready!
Businesses work best when they put people first. Your dedicated ncaa service reps help make sure your team has the essential products they need, where and when they need them, to help keep them looking great, feeling confident, and ready to be their best. Get ncaa.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered. But did he get 10 free boneless wings?
Yeah.
No!
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A chicken chalupa supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box. Only at Taco Bell.
Trick or treat! Yeah, Reese's!
Oh, great costume. Looks like you deserve both.
See ya, boys.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug. And I use this. Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days. 50 days? And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
Hey Lexus, show alternate routes. Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
This is the Emirates Premium Economy seat. Economy. Perhaps they need to call it something else.
All right, Lewis, let's check your keys to the game and how they've worked out.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a mixed bag, Bob. I mean, for Florida Gators, you want them to average over 4.5 yards per rush and control the clock. Well, they fell short of the yards per rush, but they are controlling the time of possession. They got 3 sacks on defense, which is good for Tennessee. They didn't start fast, but they sure have responded, and they have really tried to clamp down on the big plays. They got to make sure that they keep that below 4 now. No more big plays on the part of the Tennessee Volunteers defense.
The clock not really a factor for Florida. They've got 2 full minutes, all 3 timeouts. They've got to have a touchdown, and they're having a hard time getting lined up. 3 on the play clock. They hand it and lose yardage with Jacoby Jackson getting spun down by Bryson Eason well behind the line.
Tennessee defensive line continuing to make plays. Bryson Eason getting penetration in the backfield. Good initial quickness, great pad level. All the fundamental things that you have to rely on at this point in the game. Your fundamentals are going to win this game for you. And if you're Tennessee, the defensive line is going to help win this game. It's their strongest unit. You got to continue to step up.
Flags thrown at the snap. False start.
False start.
This should be, I think, a 10-second runoff, unless Billy Napier opts to use a timeout here to avoid it. That's going to be his option. And they're looking over to see what he wants to do with 1:18 to go. And it looks like he's going to call timeout.
Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still second down. Florida has elected to take a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. It is their first.
And maybe a good timeout. Granted, he not only saved the 10 seconds, but now second down and 17. Maybe you bring your freshman quarterback over and settle him down a little bit.
Exactly. I think that's what he wanted, just to make sure, look, this is a big spot here. You have a young freshman on the road here in the SEC against a defense that has really turned up the heat on him here in the second half. Let's just make sure we have a good plan. We have the right people on the field. We have the right calls. And let's just get this young man out on the perimeter. All right, if you're going to throw the football, get him outside the pocket.
That's my question now. What's that plan? Because this seems like a very obvious down and distance to have that freshman quarterback putting the ball in the air.
That's right. You just want to get him outside the pocket. You see how James Pierce, Joshua Joseph, these guys are starting to turn up the heat. They're starting to really get off the ball. They're feeding off of this crowd. You know that the offensive linemen are sitting in there. They can't hear the snap count. They probably can't hear the clap. So now, of the quarterback, you got to give the quarterback some help. Let him have some space to work with.
2 timeouts left for Florida. But they get the 10 seconds back. 1:18 to go. Bagway to throw. Sets up the screen. Caught by Jackson. Nowhere to go along the sideline. And he stays in bounds as well. That'll keep the clock rolling. Arion Carter got there first. Well, again, it's 4-down territory, but now they've got a lot of distance to cover. They have to get down inside the 9-yard line to pick up a first down. It is 3rd down and 18.
I'm going to continue to say, with the way this team is rushing the passer, if you're Tennessee, I'm saying, go ahead, let him sit right there in the pocket. Let us run our games inside. Let us get our heavy hitters freed up. And if you're Florida, move him.
Over the middle towards the end zone. He's got his man, DK, for a touchdown. From 3rd and 18.
Number 48 is now there at 46.
And in a spot where it looked like it was Vols with all of the advantages, the freshman Lagway steps up. And now the question.
Florida, that's second.
And
30 seconds.
I don't know, Lewis. They originally sent the point after group out to try and kick it. They might go for 2 here.
Watch this route by Jim DK. This is poetry. Fake like you're going to the flag and then break it back to the post. Lagway just climbs up in the pocket. Look at him. He's selling the flag route. Comes back to the post. The safety just can't recover Andre Turrentine. He just can't get back in the position. The backside safety, Will Brooks, doesn't have enough depth to help him in time. And DJ with an absolute laser as he escapes up into the pocket.
You know, you've got a freshman quarterback.
Look at this work. Look at this. Eyes down the field, throw on the move, and just puts it on a rope.
But now, Lewis, you've got a freshman quarterback. You're without your number 1 running back. You have played on the road in front of 102,000. If I told you could get this game down to 1 snap to try and win it rather than going to overtime, would you take it? It looks like that's what they're going to do.
You watch this young man's tape. He's made for this, and here they go.
The Gators with a trick play formation. Line up Lagway. And now a timeout with the play clock winding down. Tennessee on defense.
It'll be 30 seconds.
As it looked like Billy Napier and Florida, that is certainly one of those, let's go out there and run the trick play at them with a formation potentially. Then you practice to see if you can get the defense completely off balance. Now with this timeout, it almost looked like Billy Napier said, let's instead kick the point after. He might send his point after group out there after all.
Yeah, you wanted to see if Tennessee would adjust properly or if they would leave the eligibles uncovered.
Just when you thought they might take a one-play swing at it, they will indeed send the point after group out. And Trace Mack, perfect in his career on point after attempts to tie the game. And we are now deadlocked at 17. Now still 2 timeouts left for Tennessee and 29 seconds on the clock. So you'd have to think that they're going to be thinking attacking and getting an extremely accurate kicker in Max Gilbert, a try potentially to win the game with a long-distance field goal. You never know.
Yeah, obviously you don't want the ball thrown over your head, but at the same time, you don't want to give up big chunks and let them just move the ball down the field swiftly with the 2 timeouts that they do have left and get in position to win this game with a walk-off. So it's a double-edged sword. You got to play this just perfectly. But really what you got to do is you got to rely on your front forward. You got to rely on your pass rushers. They've got to get home.
Florida number 29 is now wearing 38. Florida number 0 is now wearing 32.
They'll drop the true freshman Mike Matthews back. But all night, it has been nothing but touchbacks on the kickoffs from Trace Mack. We'll see if he puts this one through the end zone again. Of course, if he does, that saves time for Tennessee. If you force a return, that'll take time off the clock. See how Florida plays it. He's going to boom it. Well, We'll find out if Tennessee can put themselves in position for a game-winning field goal after we check in with Matt.
Yeah, Bob, I want to quickly alert the viewers. We've moved Colorado over to ESPN News while this game goes final. So when Tennessee-Florida goes final, we'll bring the Colorado game back over here to ESPN. But if you're looking for Kansas State, Colorado, it's on news for now until this one goes final.
And Matty, it may only be a half minute away. We'll see if Nico Iamaleava, who last week had a heartbreaking finish in the closing seconds against Arkansas, gets a chance to pull one out of the fire in the closing seconds here. 2 timeouts, 29 seconds. Out of the pocket, gets to the sideline, and gets hit. And for a second, it looked like an official may have been reaching for a flag, but I think the ball may have popped out as he went out of bounds, and so a beanbag was thrown.
The ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. The clock will start on the referee's ready.
And that means Tennessee's probably going to spend a timeout right here. Or have and Josh Heupel now realizes it and calls timeout. He wasn't alerted, or at least didn't hear the announcement.
A couple seconds ticked off the clock.
He didn't realize the ball popped loose, and as a result, because that was called a fumble, that meant that was the same as forward progress being stopped in the field of play.
You see the punch out by Grayson Howard on Iamaleava.
Tennessee is elected to take a timeout. They're second in 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock for 23 seconds. 23 seconds on the game clock, please. Please reset the game clock for 23 seconds. Thank you.
That's a little bit of a break for Tennessee because they have now put all of the time back on the clock.
It saves them, 8 seconds?
So now Tennessee has 1 timeout left, but the full 23 seconds. That marks where Iamaleava went out of bounds, or at least fumbled it out of bounds. Long throw to the sideline. The Squirrel White pull it in. And now he goes down.
I think they need to take a look at that, Rob. I think he may have got his foot down. Made that completion.
It was ruled an incompletion.
Yards are at a premium here. By the way I saw it, he may have got that right foot down. You're going to see it here. We slow it down. Watch where his right foot is when he controls this football. Right
here. Pass. The previous play is under video review.
Toe down in control.
He has it.
And you can see even some chalk fly. He certainly got a toe down. And that would move the ball all the way out to about the 38-yard line. That would give them 10 yards or so with 18 seconds and still a timeout to work with. Now, they would still need at least another 25 to 30-yard chunk to even have a chance for Max Gilbert, but with a timeout, they have the ability to use the middle of the field. Absolutely. And the crowd now seeing the same replay that we just showed you at home and reacting in the background to what they think was a catch by Squirrel White.
And that is a heck of an effort on the part of White to get that right foot down, control the football, have great sideline awareness, and what a heck of a throw by Iamaleava.
Yeah, the Tennessee offense seeing the same thing. They're walking forward. Ruled an incompletion on the field, but it looks like a pretty quick review.
After video review, the ruling is a catch for a first down at the 38-yard line. Please reset the game clock with 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the game clock, please.
So not only a 12-yard gain, but 2 extra seconds put on the clock for Tennessee. Again, they've got 1 timeout remaining. Max Gilbert's career-long 45 yards as a Vol, but he hit a 54-yarder as a high school kicker, and we were watching him during warm-ups. He was comfortably hitting from 55, 56 yards. So if they can get the ball inside the 40-yard line of Florida, he would have a shot at it. They have to go about another 23, 24 yards. And that's off the fingertips of a wide-open Chaz Nimrod, or he might have gotten there on that play.
He may have gotten a lot more than just gotten there. Chaz Nimrod was on the run. Nico working up in the pocket. This is wide open. Those are just the throws that you have to make in these kind of situations. Those are difference-making throws. I'm sure he's going to want to look at that one and go, man, I need that one back.
That's a game-winning throw potential.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, still time. 16 seconds on the clock. Maliaba, incomplete. 2 receivers basically on top of one another, so that had to be an error in terms of the route run. Now down to 12 seconds to go.
You're just going to see the miscommunication out here to your left when Nico lets this ball go. You have 2 receivers basically stacked on top of each other. You see Nimrod there, and then you see Brew McCoy as well. In crunch time, that's when you got to bear down the most. Make sure you understand the assignment.
Tennessee needs a chunk play and a player then to give himself up. There goes Maliaba. And he will get close to midfield. Flag thrown back at the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds remaining.
Hold it. Offense number 74. We play third down.
This is John Campbell Jr. You're going to see him right here. He just isn't able to stay on balance. Feels as though he's going to lose the pass rush inside. Again, these self-inflicted penalties and mistakes. They've had opportunities to get some chunk plays and maybe get down into game-winning field goal position, just have not been able to take advantage of this. Got to be frustrating to Josh Heupel.
5 seconds to go. They're just going to run the football here. And barring a miracle run by Dylan Sampson, we're going to overtime. And that is where we are headed. A rivalry game goes on between Florida and Tennessee. Bonus football. As we will step aside for just a moment and come back with overtime.
Changes in the air. It's a new era. New team-ups. New stages set. Whose time is it? We'll see. This isn't last season. Nah. This time is different.
First ever Monday Night Football game exclusively on ESPN Plus had this bad boy custom made for this exact moment. Coach Harbaugh back under those Monday night lights.
What a play!
To duel in the desert with Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., and the Cards.
Touchdown Arizona!
All streaming live on ESPN Plus. Yep, that's not gonna work. Maybe just some out there.
SEC Saturday that could define the season. Top 10 collision. Playoff chances hanging in the balance. Stars have to play like stars.
An epic Top 10 SEC on ABC doubleheader next Saturday.
It's so on.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest? I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Welcome to Overtime, presented by Cheez-It.
It's crunch time. In the first overtime, each team gets a possession starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. If it goes to a second overtime, teams again start at the 25-yard line, but must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown with no extra points allowed. From the third overtime on, teams alternate two-point conversion attempts from the 3-yard line until the game is decided.
We are back. We are set for overtime. Wayne Winkler, our referee, is just about to call the captains out to midfield to toss the coin and begin overtime.
Florida, you're the visiting team. You'll call the toss. If you win the toss, your choice will be offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play. What is your call? Tails. Tails is the call. It is heads. You've won the toss. You want defense. You want defense? Which end of the field do you want to play on? Tennessee has won the toss and has elected to go on defense. We'll play on that end of the field.
So it will be back to DJ Lagway to see if he can get things started by scoring some points and put the pressure on Tennessee.
Look, I wouldn't want to be either one of these defenses. These quarterbacks can run and extend plays and use their legs, which we know comes in handy when you're down here in the red zone. And so right now, you're going to have to be on it as far as your assignments are concerned from a defensive perspective, because there you get a look at DJ Lagway. You see what he can do as far as his ability to throw on the move. And Nico has that same type of ability. This is going to be fun. James Pierce, you see them telling him, hey, look, man, if there's ever a time for you to go ahead and show them what you got, you've got to rush like you've never rushed before. Keep this man in a vice. Don't let him get outside on the perimeter. Hold your coverage in the back end.
Not that there's a quiet end of this stadium, but Billy Napier knows what end of the stadium's got the students. He wants his offense running to the other end of the stadium. And that is where they will start overtime. A roll out for Lagway. Loops one towards the end zone on the first play for DK. And it's incomplete. They went for it right from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I like the call, though. I like getting him out on the edge.
So you've been calling for that.
Exactly. When you're down here in the high red zone, just outside the red zone on the plus 25, let him be a little bit of a threat with his legs. Strike that fear in the defense that maybe he could pull it and run it.
Flag down. False start. It's going to be second and 15. Unless it's a simulation. Nope.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. No second down.
You've got to lock in down here in crunch time. Jake Slaughter, the center, you just got to lock in. You've got to be on top of it. The game is on the line now. Got to lock in.
Now they go empty on second and 15. And they'll bring Jaden Ball into the backfield. That protects Swing pass instead to Ball. Bryson Eason track ball right out to the flat and flattens him. A loss of 6.
You're just going to see Bryson Eason. He reads it perfectly. They have a stunt going on anyway. James Pierce coming on inside. He stunts right into it. Right into the halfback screen. That's a big-time play. This defensive line, again, continues to make big play after big play and see if they can do it again.
They might need some yards just to get back into realistic field goal range. They're going to run it with Ball. And now they'll have to try a field goal just to put some points on the board and count on their defense to go out and get a stop on Tennessee's offense.
You got penalty, you got overthrow, penalty, tackle for loss. That's just not the way you want to go.
Trace Mack's only miss from this year from 53 yards. This one from 47. Wide to the right. The negative plays for the Tennessee defense, just enough to push Florida back. And now all the Vols need are a field goal.
You see it right outside the right upright. So close. Billy Napier, defense is just going to have to do something here dramatic.
And do you have to take big chances on defense now to think nothing but negative plays to push back Max Gilbert? Thinking, right? I mean, all they're thinking is field goal.
Absolutely. Now you just got to somehow see if you can get this ball turned over in some way.
Yamaliava flips one to the flat. Holden stays. Every few yards will help what will eventually, you have to think, be a Max Gilbert field goal opportunity to win it.
Get a punch at that ball, swipe at that ball. First guy hold him up, second guy going for the strip. Everything you can to turn this over.
They run it right up the middle. Looks to be good enough for a first down for Dylan Sampson. Getting a push. They'll mark him down at the 14-yard line, it appears. Still good enough for a first down.
How fitting is it that you go to your workhorse, Dylan Sampson? He has delivered for this football team all year long. Tremendous heart, toughness.
You know what Dylan Sampson's thinking? Don't bother with Max Gilbert. Just keep giving it to me.
That's right. Put it in my hands.
Instead, one-on-one match. Dragged out inside the 5-yard line is Dante Thornton.
Players feel it. They sense it.
I don't even think they want to bother with a field goal. Sampson with a push. A pile up inside the 2-yard line. I think they marked him short. Forward progress stopped. That's not reviewable. That's a judgment call.
Just look at the effort of Dylan Sampson. You see his legs just continuing to push. His back is turned. He continues to push.
So the ball at the 1-yard line. Second down and goal.
Give it to him, let him top it off.
Sampson.
They knew what needed to be done. We talked to this young man yesterday. He said, I don't talk much on the field. I laugh a lot. He said, I actually make jokes when somebody hits me hard. And then I rip him for a big one. You know he was made for this kind of moment. And he delivered again.
A rivalry game that delivered in every possible way that a rivalry game should. In overtime, Tennessee survives over Florida. 23-17 is your final. For Louis Riddick and Chris Button, I'm Bob Wischusen. Thanks so much for watching. Nealon showed up. What a night in Knoxville. So long from Rocky Top.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Southeastern Conference on ESPN.
Under the lights here in Boulder, that's quarterback Avery Johnson of Kansas State being sacked by the Colorado defensive front led by B.J. Green. I'm Mark Jones alongside Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesenick down to the field. The Buffaloes coming in at 4-1, taking on the 4-1 Kansas State Wildcats. Colorado scored on its previous drive to make it 7-0, but that was the second sack of the night by their defense. Deion Sanders, their second-year head coach, seeing a marked improvement in his front seven this year. Johnson is going to try and run it. And brought down at the 19 by DJ McKinney. Let's take a look at the only scoring play of the game so far.
LaJohntay Wester catching a ball short. Travis Hunter throwing a couple of in-the-way blocks for his teammate. Kansas State had a bust on the back end and man coverage. LaJohntay Wester wide open. And this defense has been getting after Avery Johnson. You mentioned second sack on the night. This was a team that was 12th nationally in sacks allowed, having only given up 4 coming into this game.
10th play of the Wildcat drive. 3rd and long. They've got to get to the 4. Johnson downfield, complete to Edwards, and Edwards is going to be stopped up about 3, maybe 4 yards shy of the first down. Keep in mind that Dylan Edwards played here in Boulder for the Buffaloes a season ago, hit the transfer portal with no animus or animosity, and transferred to Kansas State. 4th down coming up. His former teammates had nothing but praise and good things to say about him. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Blitz off the edge. Johnson eludes the rush. Falls. Touchdown, Wildcats. And he does the Deion Sanders dance. It's on now, Roddy.
You can play everything well, but with Avery Johnson at quarterback, it's always the danger of him taking off. And does he get in the end zone before that leg's down? He does extend before the knee hits the ground. The question, does he break the plane of the goal line? Ooh.
Previous play, under further review, ruling appeal for touchdown.
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Bill Lamagnier, and get his thoughts on what he sees right here. Bill, what do you think about this play? Touchdown or not? What are we looking for? What variables?
Need me? He can't see me. And if he can't see me...
Technical issues trying to get Bill on the line.
The question is, does that ball break the plane of the goal line before that shin and knee are down? The tough part for the officials are going to be, if you don't have a shot right down the line,
right,
then can you, with indisputable video evidence, overturn the call of touchdown on the field?
Let's bring in Bill Lamagnier now. Bill, what are your thoughts on this?
All right, my apologies. I had the wrong button, but he doesn't have a knee down. He doesn't have a body part down other than the hand or foot.
Here's the call,
Any
Bill.
part of the ball in possession breaks.
Ruling of the field of a touchdown stands.
I'm actually surprised they didn't confirm the call.
They're calling it a touchdown. As Avery Johnson, in that last gasp effort to extend the ball as he fell. And this Let's just say that's a salute to the opposing head coach. I'm not sure how that's going to be taken, but I'm sure we'll find out.
I think Cameron Silman-Craig with that little nudge as he's running off recognized what was happening.
That's the third rushing touchdown of the season for Avery Johnson. Wonder if Avery Johnson's going to start trending like he usually does. Has a lot of consequences. We'll tell you more about that as the night progresses.
NHL Frozen Frenzy on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN2.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
You know what? I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
How do I get your job?
Hard work, dedication.
The Capital One Bank guy.
It's like Mr. Jeter said, hard work and dedication. What's been the highlight of your career? And that'd have to be bank guy. Helping people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
Didn't you live in space? What's in your wallet?
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Nature's Bounty. Your bones are 4 times as strong as concrete. Nature's Bounty supplements your bone health with high absorption magnesium. It's in your nature to stand strong. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
Popeye's crispy, juicy, tender signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces of the chicken you crave for just $5. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, 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 Bundle-Rooski too. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you need more space? You need a General Steel building system. Text BOLD to 59583 to start designing your customized space. That's BOLD to 59583 for same-day pricing on your personalized steel building system. Text BOLD to 59583 before prices go up.
If you have ugly yellow toe fungus, let me tell you about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. It's called Crystal Flush. It works from the inside and the outside. I mean, he tried everything. Nothing helped. His toes were nasty. Crystal Flush is the only thing that's worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. And you can try it risk-free. You have nothing to lose. Go check it out now. Go to crystalflush.com.
Certain that's all right?
Yeah. Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Experience certainty with 4imprint. High-quality promotional products, expert service, and guaranteed on-time delivery. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
You're watching the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
Under the lights here in Boulder, Colorado. Mark Jones alongside Roddy Jones, Quinn Keswick down on the field for this pivotal and critical game between Kansas State and Colorado. Folks, we're tied at 7 after that 11-play, 75-yard drive by the Wildcats, capped by that 8-yard touchdown run from quarterback Avery Johnson, showing you why he's so dangerous in so many different ways with his arm and his legs. Jimmy Horn back deep. He'll watch it go out of the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for Shadur Sanders as we go back to the studio first.
Gentlemen, good evening. Matt Berry, Intercom Football Studio with your Capital One rewarding performance. LSU, Ole Miss, back and forth. Jackson Dart trying to put Ole Miss up. 27-16, throws it into about quintuple coverage. LSU picks it off now with the ball down 4.
All right, guys, back here. Sanders took the offense the length of the field, or most of it, on the previous drive with a touchdown. Remember, these teams coming off of a bye week had a chance to do some self-evaluation, and the Buffaloes continue to look committed to establishing a run game. Purnell making the tackle on Hayden on 1st and 10. 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Coach Sanders spent the bye week, at least a few days, in his happy place, which is down at his home in Texas. Got to his private lake on his property and did some fishing.
Lakes.
That's my bad.
As he told us yesterday, lakes.
Multiple. According to him, the fish were jumping in the boat.
They were biting.
Trying to hook a big fish tonight in a ranked opponent. Sanders picks up a good block and gets down safely at about the 36-yard line to pick up the 1st down. Brendan Mott making the tackle, but an 8-yard gain by Shadur Sanders. There is no sideline like a sideline in Boulder for Coach Prime. Carmelo Anthony, just one of the many luminaries, Hall of Famer to be. KG. CC used to throw some gas, and John Wall too. Q has more on the other side. Yeah, it is what it is, Cameron.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. Personally, I get into the sweetness of the honey. That's what hits first. Then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet, and then you also have the spice of the jalapeno peppers. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning in my mind.
Real customer paid for their testimonial. Type 2 diabetes? Discover the Ozempic Tri-Zone. I got the power of 3. I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight. In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. I'm under 7. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease. I'm lowering my risk. Adults lost up to 14 pounds.
I lost some weight.
Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
That's about the power of 3 with Ozempic.
And Doug.
We're in a parade! Everyone, customizing their hundreds of car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize
And then I wake up.
And you have to stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
You see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
On a hyped-up Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
All aboard the hype train! We're going all the way! Woo!
I heard this hype train runs an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
And the host of Overly Optimistic Fans. Hey guys, check out my new tattoo. We're so winning it all! Even the national media agrees.
And they're never wrong on anything.
Oh wait, our quarterback got injured in practice.
Okay, everyone off the hype train.
Oh, that didn't last long.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Dude, this thing is awesome. I know. I bought it using the Cash Rewards card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I get cash back on every purchase. Honestly, I can't imagine where I'd be without them. One word. Got it. Reeling in fish. Eating fish. Fish in the sea? Movie.
Introducing the new Cash Rewards Plus card. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
5-minute warning for Tyler.
Sounds good.
Your Central on your 5. Sounds good.
Yo, Don, stop checking phone.
That sounds good.
Lisa, you're on 5. Cool. Sounds good.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
You're watching ESPN College Football presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. The Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week. 67th beating all time between these two schools. Tied at 7. It's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. And Hayden runs for about 1.5 yards. A moment ago, Q caught up with Coach Kleiman.
Coach, after one quarter, what's got your most undivided attention?
Well, we can't give them a short field. We had to punt and got it at the 50, and then we blew a coverage. We got to get our calls in a little bit faster for our guys. But then I was proud of our offense to take it down and run the football like we wanted to, and then we were able to complete some passes. So kind of what I thought in the first quarter. Now we got to pull up here on defense.
What's it like to try to handle their speed and their skill on the outside?
Yeah, it's really hard. That's why we've got to continue to find ways to get pressure, whether it's with 3, whether it's with 4, and be careful about bringing more than that, because that's when if they pick it up, we got a problem.
Thank you.
Very interesting from Coach Klein. It doesn't seem like a big fan of bringing 5 or more players in the blitz. So we'll keep an eye on that, because that's how they got beat on that touchdown.
6-yard gain on the previous play, 3rd down. They roll up their sleeves, trying to get it on the ground, but Romaine there to meet Hayden in the hole, and that's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down. 4th down coming up in a very intriguing part of the field. And Coach Sanders begrudgingly sending in the punt unit.
Seen Colorado go for it on 4th and 1s a number of times this year, and they haven't been great. 4th down conversions. They converted one earlier in the game, but only 2 for 8 overall in some of those situations like this. So electing to at least line up for the punt, and I expect them to.
Yeah, they were running over Jordan Seaton, their best offensive lineman, the freshman All-American candidate. End over end punt. Oh, what a job. It's going to be down inside the 2-yard line. Bassett with the punt as we check in with the studio.
It is time for your AT&T Studio Update. It is final in Eugene, Oregon. Ohio State down 1. 5 seconds left. Will Howard doesn't make the play. Left with a timeout. Oregon upsets Ohio State 32-31.
Wow, what a finish in that game. In this new 12-team college football playoff format, it doesn't feel like a death sentence, though, for Ohio State, right?
That felt like a preview for the Big Ten championship game. I think these two teams meet again, and the winner's going to get a bye in the college football playoff.
Avery Johnson hands it off to Giddens. What a move. Oh, he's on the loose. And brought down at about the 30-yard line. Giddens at 215 pounds. Hit the DB with some sauce there in the secondary.
The the tackle and the H-back seal this for DJ Giddens and create a lane. But DJ Giddens in the open field has been tremendous. He's got a great jab step, one-on-one with Shiloh Sanders in the middle of the field, able to get by him. And that's not the first time we've seen that.
26-yard pickup on the play, 1st and 10. Play clock at 5. Johnson into the boundary. Man, he threw a rope complete to his wideout, Cephas. Hey, folks, next Saturday, the 2 best matchups on ABC as part of our triple header that begins at noon Eastern. Number 7, Alabama taking on number 8, Tennessee at 3:30 Eastern. Then 7:30, the Lone Star State, number 1, Texas, hosting number 5, Georgia. What a football lineup on ABC and ESPN+. And a flag down. 2nd and 5.
Ball start. Offense. Number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Kansas State is not a highly penalized team, but in their 2 road games at Tulane and at BYU, 8 penalties in each of those games. In their 3 games at home this year, they averaged 3 penalties. So the pre-snap, the noise, the environment, those 2 road games were at night as well. It's not gone well from a sloppiness standpoint for Chris Kleiman's team.
Sets up a 2nd down and 10. Giddens again.
absorbed a big hit, stayed on his feet. Relentless, ruthless running by Giddens. Shiloh Sanders came up, and Giddens had smoke for Shiloh that time on the 13-yard gain. Let's listen.
It's a heck of a blow delivered by Shiloh Sanders, but you got to wrap up and run your feet. It's not just the lunge and a hit. And welcome back, Shiloh, after missing the last few games.
They keep it on the ground. Dylan Edwards trying to spin off a blocker. And is tackled right around the 45-yard line by McNeil, a 2-yard gain on the play. If you're just joining us right there, number 3, Dylan Edwards, starting tailback for Kansas State, played here for Colorado a season ago. But Coach Sanders had nothing but praise for Edwards when we talked about him in our meetings a little bit earlier yesterday. Second and 8. Johnson to the wide side of the field, incomplete for Brown, the team's second leading receiver. Hodge there in coverage.
I think Preston Hodge got away with a little bit of a tug on the back of the shirt. It seemed like that shirt was pulled pretty heavily, but nonetheless sets up a 3rd and long for Kansas State. Again, Avery Johnson's legs, dangerous here.
Back at the 37, the 3rd one of the evening. Silman Craig, a beacon on that defense for the Buffaloes. He has been so clutch, had a scoop and score a couple of weeks ago as well at UCF. And an 8-yard loss.
Well, Cameron Silman Craig, he's hidden behind the goalpost. Is going to come. And DJ Giddens is responsible for sliding over and blocking. Silman Craig just does a nice job of sliding by the running back and getting to the quarterback. Great, well-executed blitz by Colorado.
As Wester calls for the fair catch at the 16-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes after that 47-yard punt.
I wish we could watch the college football games we actually care about. You can on ESPN with Sling. Follow me.
I love this. Choose and customize your channel lineup to get the college football games you actually care about. Sling lets you do that.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, you don't have Behr?
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Stephen Davis,
Steve, what are you doing? Experian will shop your info to get you a great rate on car insurance, and they'll tell you if they find a better rate later on.
Experian. Free at Experian.com/car.
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is. It's not a Big Mac.
The chicken Big Mac. Get it while you can. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What's this? Athletic Duck sent me to an NIL deal. An NIL deal? It's name, injury, and likeness. With a name like Prime, an injury like mine, and a likeness so fine, that's a triple threat.
Couldn't we just tell people Aflac pays cash for expenses not covered by health insurance?
If we want people to understand how Aflac helps close that gap, we got to get you to think bigger, coach. You got to be kidding.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Miss Terry's not going to like this. Trouble.
The future. The
The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. At X-Chair, we're gazing ahead. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Visit xchair.com to find out how you can own an X-Chair for only $20 a month. xchair.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at our impact players brought to you by Carfax. Same guy, different position.
Well, when Colorado's on offense, you get a guy who leads the Big 12 in receptions. And when Colorado's on defense, you get a guy who, if he were just a corner, might be the #1 corner taken in the draft. Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball. That was not a typo.
Averages 127 plays a game out of the backfield. Complete out to the 17-yard line. That was Miller. Braylon Miller making the reception. Shador had a chance to relax a little bit during the bye week. Spent some of that time at the WNBA playoff game down in Las Vegas, where he had a nice little exchange with the owner of the team and owner of the Raiders, Mr. Davis. And Shador is about just winning. That pass complete to Jimmy Horn for the first down. Horn for 12 yards here.
It's a well-thrown ball by Shador, keeping his receiver out of harm's way, throwing it low, could go down and slide away from the hit of VJ Payne.
Jimmy Horn has made so many big plays for Colorado the last couple of years. Notably that play against Colorado State last year in their rivalry game. First down and 10. Sanders to the wide side of the field. That's Hunter. And they bottled him up at about the 35. Keenan Garber. Good open field tackle, which isn't easy on this guy.
Travis Hunter has to deal with the physicality at cornerback. Anytime there's a receiver out there, they're going to try and lay a block. But he lays a couple of blocks downfield for LaJohntay Wester. Obviously, we're going to see him catching the ball again. 47 receptions on the season now, not to mention the work he does on defense.
Sanders going to pass again, steps up into the pocket. Finds his man, caught, and hit immediately at the 48-yard line. That was Hunter again. Like I said, he averages 127 snaps per game. He takes immaculate care of his body, too.
And it feels like anytime there's a scramble drill, Shador Sanders is looking for where 12 is. Able to dish the football. He's got a great feel for space, does Travis Hunter. And Shador, with his ability to move in the pocket, just makes you cover for so long.
On his days off, he does the hyperbaric chamber. He gets to the infrared sauna, a hot tub, cold tub. He has the disposition of a professional football player. Got a flag down on the field, multiple flags. Roddy, did you get to the hyperbaric chamber at Georgia Tech?
I couldn't spell hyperbaric chamber, so I must have missed that one. I can spell hot tub and cold tub. I know you got one of those at the house.
Oh, man, I'm working on it. If I had some of Hunter's NIL deals, then, yeah, get at me. We're going to time out of the field. Back after this.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles in the T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, huh? It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck. Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day?
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
Let's go to our next segment, Fairest Calls, inspired by Geico's fair and fast 24/7 claim service.
Do we have to do the Geico stuff on here?
Yep, we do. Let's play the clip.
Holding, number 53, 10-yard penalty.
This literally happens every game. Can we just skip to the action?
Nope, nothing but fair and fast claims, just like Geico. Here's the next clip.
But I don't play the clip.
Pass interference, number 34.
Wow. Doesn't get any fairer than this, boys.
For savings and service, get more with Geico. No matter how hard you try or how far you go, you can't ever leave it all behind. They're always with you. The stories you've told, the ones you never could. This is a story I don't tell.
Special Agent Gibbs. Ready to catch some bad guys?
NCIS Origins. New series on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is a payday bar. It's got tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here, or even here, but definitely not here. It's not a pencil, people. Payday. Get to it.
We're all creatures of habit. We've always had our bran flakes with plump, juicy raisins, and we probably all frosting. Kellogg's Frosted Bran. More delicious ways to bran.
Let's see, we moved in.
What does a good investment opportunity look like? At T. Rowe Price, we let curiosity light the way, asking smart questions about opportunities like clean water and what promising new treatment advances can make a new tomorrow possible. Better questions, better outcomes.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
Welcome back, everyone, to Boulder, Colorado. Mark Jones, Ronnie Jones, quintessence down on the field. BYU defeating Arizona in Big 12 action today. This is a very pivotal game because BYU remains undefeated in conference play, 6-0 overall, 3-0 in conference play with Texas Tech, the identical record. What do you make of what it looks like so far in the Big 12?
It's a beautiful mess. At least one of the undefeateds will go down today with Iowa State, West Virginia playing each other. But I think as surprising are the fact that Kansas and Oklahoma State at the bottom of the Big 12 standings and looking like they're going to struggle to make a bowl.
On the jet sweep. Nowhere to go that time for LeJohntay Wester, who's really come on as a receiver. Siegel making a stop on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They come out in a trips left formation. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen for Shedeur Sanders. Got a spy on him. And the spy drags him down at about the 49-yard line. It was Austin Romaine to limit that gain to just 2 yards, setting up a 3rd down and long for the Buffaloes. What do you like about this? What are you thinking about this call coming up?
Well, I think it's going to depend on what Kansas State does. If they go man-to-man, LeJohntay Wester in the slot has been the go-to. If it's zone coverage, Shedeur Sanders often looks for number 12. Kansas State takes the timeout.
Yeah, the Wildcats are going to talk this over a little bit. Travis Hunter is going to get a breather.
Timeout, Kansas State, the first and a half.
Every time he gets a chance to sit down, and he'll take advantage of it. We'll do the same and come back after this.
I want to take your banana, but you take my banana. It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, when you married
Save 2 times more for all of life's moments. With the bank, that's your ally.
This is Thursday. And here we are.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced,
sauced, bold, and guapped. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stew, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Domino's now has new 5-cheese mac and cheese. It's oven-baked, hot, and melty. But if you want to crank up the heat even higher, it also comes in spicy buffalo. Try new 5-cheese and spicy buffalo mac and cheese. Only at Domino's. Open the gate.
Let game day begin!
Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
Heartburn makes you queasy? Get fast relief with new Tums Plus, upset stomach and nausea support, and love food back.
The WNBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV, Sunday on ABC.
ESPN College Football, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by Burger King. You rule.
Travis Hunter took that hit a moment ago, and during the commercial break, he was being worked on by the athletic training staff on the sidelines, reaching into that right shoulder area. But he's back in the ball game. Sanders is going to be sacked back at the 38-yard line. A great surge up front led by Bates and Mott. And it sets up a fourth down. That's the second sack for the Wildcats tonight.
Watch how deep the drop for Shedeur Sanders is. It makes the angle for the defensive end so shallow that Jordan Seaton, the left tackle, doesn't really have a chance. I mean, basically, it's going straight up field. If Shedeur is able to scoot up, it helps out. Now, there was a blown block on the other side, but another sack by this Kansas State defense.
Bassett into punt. A line drive comes to Dylan Edwards, who's returned a punt for a touchdown already this year. This one comes back out near the 40. Well, it'll be first down and 10 for Avery Johnson after that 40-yard punt and 20-yard return. And Travis Hunter looks like he's going to head into the Buffalo's locker room as we go quickly down to Q.
Yeah, Hunter with that right shoulder pain, Mark, that you pointed out. The medical staff looked at him. He came over, grimacing in pain. They came over to him again. And now this is the second time in this game that he has walked off. Amazing toughness because Omarion Miller wanted to substitute himself in the game. Travis waved him off, but finally he's in the locker room now, getting further evaluated.
Discretion instead of valor that time. Good decision. Here's Giddens. TJ Giddens has had a lot of success running the football tonight. Shiloh Sanders makes the tackle on the 7-yard gain. Russell Westbrook on hand tonight. Newest member of the Denver Nuggets, who play tomorrow night on ESPN against the Phoenix Suns in NBA exhibition play.
I know somebody's going to be at that game.
Yeah. Right.
What you doing that game?
Hey, man. Got to keep working. Giddens has run the ball 7 times for 84 yards already. And Avery Johnson doing a nice job with the reins of the offense. Giddens again breaks another one, carries defenders for another first down all the way down to the 33. Avery Johnson, like another Avery Johnson, who was a great point guard back in the day with the San Antonio Spurs, an NBA champion. As we're going to bring him into the telecast right now. Avery, what do you think of this guy, and how did you become aware of him?
Mark, it's funny. I was trending one day, and my family and friends said, hey, you need to find out why you're trending. And I went on social media, and I found out I was trending because of another guy that has my same name, Avery Johnson, the Kansas State quarterback. I thought something was going on with my son, Avery Johnson Jr.
So how did you like look him up? Did you Google him and learn a little bit more about his talents?
Absolutely. I looked him up. This kid is amazing. I really love the way he plays the quarterback position, along with Shedeur Sanders. I got Shedeur probably going in the top 3 in next year's NFL draft. A year from now, Avery Johnson is going to be my favorite for the Heisman race.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's that good. He's that good. Just give him another year.
Hey, with a name like that, he's got to be able to ball a little bit, right?
He's got to be able to have vision of the court or football field, you know, a panoramic vision, and using one of your words, Mark Jones, of the entire field.
Hey, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us. We're going to keep an eye on your namesake right here.
All right, thanks a lot.
Avery Johnson, NBA champ, one of the greatest point guards ever to do it. On the handoff, Giddens miraculously stayed on his feet with tremendous balance, falling forward for about 3 yards.
DJ Giddens has been doing this all day long. Over 100 yards already. He's the first player against Colorado that's rushed for over 100 yards. Came into this game having not allowed a 100-yard rusher or receiver. This offensive line has been opening up the holes, but he has been tremendous. He's got elite contact balance, and in the open field, that little jab step that he gives defenders is lethal.
Looking at a 3rd and 5. Giddens again. Tackled right at that first down marker. He appears to have enough to move the chains. Jalen Wester making the tackle on the plane, and Giddens now is slow to get up. Those pads are popping down there.
They're hard. DJ Giddens a little shaken up. And how about Kansas State just opting to run the ball on a 3rd and 5? Shiloh Sanders coming in with a little something extra as Giddens going to the ground.
He's a person of very few words, DJ Giddens. But his game is doing a lot of talking right now on 1st and goal when we come back.
You're leaving me?
For a TurboTax expert. Sing it, Adam.
TurboTax will beat your price. Switch the tax rate up.
This fall, switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat the price you paid your pro last tax season.
Hey, Mr. Poacher.
Yeah?
Tired already? Here, have a Red Bull.
And then?
Then run faster.
Oh.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you can settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, cause the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, count me in. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Hey, Scott,
This is perfect for fall, right?
Yeah, it feeds your lawn now to strengthen roots all winter for a better lawn next spring.
How do you know all this?
Says it right there on the back.
Yes, it does.
Download the My Lawn app today for lawn care tips and customized plans. Feed it, lawn. Feed it.
When I first put on the helmet, it felt like the world just instantly lifted off my shoulders. I feel like the sky's the limit. With this, deaf people are able to do things on a much higher level. If I plan on playing in a professional league, I won't miss anything.
The world is moving in the right direction.
Undale Save.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. What's going on here?
Coach saves so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan. Decided to bundle practice with ballet.
Undale Save.
Just let you say bundle and save?
Hey, Hutch, less talky, more dancey. Double time. Boodle, Sunday, boodle, Sunday.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
I want to see that on game day.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back, everyone. All that coming up on the halftime report, the Lexus halftime report. Texas, Oregon, and Tennessee, the headliners. Edwards broke a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Miraculously makes it down to the 1 yard line. The diminutive but dynamic tailback within a yard of the end zone. Interminable effort that time to pick up 9.
There was some purpose with that run. Did not want to go down. The tackle of Cameron Stillman Craig.
Man, he goes a $167 run.
He did not run. Looked like he was 267 with that run. He was tough to take down.
Second and goal coming up. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesnick down on the field here in Boulder, Colorado.
On that last replay, we couldn't quite see where that right foot was.
Yeah. Let's bring in our rules analyst, Bill Lamagnier, to parse this play. Edwards extending, hit the pylon with his foot. Bill, what do you think?
They're going to look at this right foot to see if it stepped out of bounds. If they've got indisputable evidence that it didn't, they'll give him the lunge and hit the pylon for the goal line extended. And you tell from this view, is he touching the line?
I don't think he is, but I also don't feel like that look is indisputable. Maybe this one will give us a better look.
This is a little more definitive. It's the right foot, right.
Oh, he's out. Yep.
He appears to be out of bounds.
The call's going to stand. We can't prove it either way from these views. It'll stand short of the goal line.
Boy, but that doesn't put aside the incredible effort that time by Dylan Edwards. He broke a couple of tackles to get close to the goal line. And so far, Roddy, in the bigger picture, Colorado's run defense hasn't done what it's done in the previous 5 games.
No, the tackling in the secondary has lacked the punch that it has in previous weeks. And Kansas State has done a really nice job in their gap schemes. The schemes where you get pullers from the backside coming around to throw blocks. Done an excellent job of creating lanes for this Kansas State offense, and it's what they have to do offensively to be successful, and they've done it today.
We saw the athletic trainer a moment ago on your screen talk with Coach Sanders, just whisper something. You imagine it might have had something to do with the health and fitness level of Travis Hunter, who just came back out of the Buffalo's locker room. Second and goal, meanwhile, coming up. Here's the call.
After further review, ruling on the field confirmed the runner was down out of bounds with the ball at the 1 yard line. This is at the game clock for 1:55, please. 1:55.
So the call stands.
Thank you.
Kansas State's not thinking like this, and they shouldn't, nor should they. But I don't think they would hate if this took a couple of plays to get in the end zone, just from a time standpoint for Colorado getting the ball back. They're able to punch this in.
Avery Johnson, their quarterback, a run threat in a huge way. the highest-rated player ever to sign with Kansas State. Out of Wichita, Kansas. Hands it off, and Edwards completes what he started. The Wildcats take the lead. DJ Giddens picked up the first 50 yards on that drive, and then Edwards did the heavy lifting from there.
I mean, the entire left side of this offensive line just caves everything down, and the tight end, Will Ancio, really seals the deal, creates a big surge, collapses the defensive line. Dylan Edwards makes a man miss, and he's in the end zone.
As his third rushing touchdown of the season to cap an 8-play, 60-yard drive, and Kansas State with a 7-point lead, under 2 minutes to go in the opening half. They used up about 3.5 minutes on the clock. And this is their blueprint, right, Roddy? I mean, a strong running game, winning the time of possession game, keeping Shedeur Sanders off the field.
Colorado's so explosive that the recipe is to make them sit on the sideline as long as possible, and they have been incredibly successful. 179 total yards for Kansas State, 126 of that on the ground, and those big fellas up front deserve a lot of credit, as does DJ Giddens and Dylan Edwards.
Gotta love the job that Avery Johnson has done so far, too. He is 7 of 8 passing the football. He was telling me earlier this week that the tipping point was the bowl game last year and the practice going into it that really gave him a sense of empowerment and imbued him with tremendous confidence, and he has carried that into this season.
Had a chance to sit and learn behind Will Howard last year, got a ton of playing time as the season went on, showed his incredible talent. This is now his team, and he's been thrust in a leadership position, and he's embraced it.
1:52 to go in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes, starting at their own 25-yard line for Shedeur Sanders. And hey, kick off your Week 6 NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew. Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on ESPN and the ESPN app. Our Week 6 Monday Night Football game is a big AFC East matchup. The Bills and Jets, 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes, with Peyton and Eli once again on ESPN2, and a major shakeup with the Jets this week. A little bit of an understatement.
Controversial one as well. A lot of people surprised by Robert Saleh's firing, Nathaniel Hackett's demotion from play caller.
Shedeur Sanders to pass. Has a clean pocket underneath. Comes to his transfer from Vandy. Shepard broke a couple of tackles out near midfield at the 47-yard line. Colorado with 2 timeouts remaining. 22-yard pickup. And they're going to move a little bit early. That's going to be a flag against the Buffaloes. Keep in mind that Travis Hunter went back into the locker room for Colorado a moment ago. Not right now, not a threat at wide receiver. That's the first Buffalo penalty of the night.
What the discussion has seemed pretty straightforward.
False start, offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty, still first down. Foul includes a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 1:25.
A look at the travails of Travis Hunter.
On my signal.
Took a big hit there, and immediately after that,
Thank you.
he had to come out of the ball game and be tended to by the athletic training staff. Subsequently taken into the locker room to be tended to, came back out, and then now has gone back in, not on the field on this down. Shedeur Sanders pulls wide open at the 35, caught by another one of those lethal threats. Omarion Miller with the catch. And a first down with 1:11 to play. 24-yard pickup. Shedeur Sanders at times, going back to last year, has been at his best in 2-minute drills, Roddy. Eludes the rush and then sacked back at the 50-yard line. Purnell there first. as Sanders couldn't get the ball out. And a disconsolate-looking head coach, Deion Sanders. 2nd and 26.
Colorado, their second and a half.
You mentioned the 2-minute situations a little bit ago. Pat Shermer previously told us Shedeur Sanders calls those plays in the 2-minute situation, but these sacks that Colorado has given up have been catastrophic. They haven't been like 7-8 yard losses on the sacks.
Big.
That one, a 20-yard loss. 16-yard loss on the sack. And for Kansas State, Brendan Mott, defensive end, number 38, has been a staple in the Colorado backfield. He's been back there constantly with his work, and the coaches kind of hinted to us that they thought somebody on that defensive line had a big chance. They didn't know who, and in the first half, it's been Brendan Mott.
Now let's take a look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Capital One. What jumps off the page at you there?
I think it has to be number 2, Ohio State losing to Oregon.
Close.
Clash of the Titans up top. I just expect those teams to flip, honestly.
Yeah, we'll get a remix on that one. Shedeur gets it out this time. Underneath to Miller again. And Miller brought down short of the first down at about the 42. Parrish making the tackle. 3rd down coming up after the 7-yard gain. Looking at 3rd and 19. They have to get to the 24-yard line for the first down. Trying at least to get into field goal range for Mata or Feely. Sanders gets it out. Did not cross the line of scrimmage. There was a receiver in the area, but once again, pressure from the guy you mentioned a moment ago, Brendan Mott. Let's work in Bill Lamonier. Bill, we see a flag on the field.
Yeah, they're ruling he was still in the tackle box. They're also saying there was no eligible receiver in the area. So they will have grounding, and it runs a 10-second runoff with it, too.
Yeah, that's the catch.
They completely turned Brendan Mott loose, but clearly Shedeur Sanders still in the pocket, just flinging the ball, hoping that it's somewhere in the vicinity of someone and he doesn't get called. Because if he didn't, it was going to be a sack, which is essentially the same thing that happened.
Includes a 10-second subtraction. Please set the game clock to 5 seconds. The clock will start at my signal.
If I was Kansas State, I would decline the 10-second runoff. Bill, doesn't Kansas State have the option to do that?
Yeah, the offended team or the opposite team does have the option with the game clock, so they could say no runoff, and then they also have the option for what to do with the game clock starting it or not.
Well, they're going to take a 14-7 lead into the locker room, Bill. Shedeur Sanders has 15 of 16 passing, but his team down by a touchdown heading into the locker room in this pivotal game between two contenders in the Big 12. Studio with scores coming up in a minute.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A Chicken Chalupa Supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box. Only at Taco Bell.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. New Sensodyne Clinical White that provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
Push it!
Nice.
And this team just keeps
alone on this mountain. I've got friends, family, and teammates. Got some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
Panera's mac and cheese? Fave. Tomato soup and a bread bowl? Fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
It is time for the Lexus halftime report, just about midnight here on the East Coast. And it was a good one of the Big Ten between Oregon and Ohio State. Minute 25 to go. Oregon down 21-15. Dylan Gabriel to Tez Johnson, 48 yards. Oregon regains the lead.
Dropping the dime right over the outside shoulder. Gabriel threw the deep ball really well with that.
Back and forth with the offenses. Will Howard to Jeremiah Smith. Buckeyes grab the lead.
You know, this freshman's going to have his imprint on this game. 9 catches for 100 yards in that touchdown.
But here comes Dylan Gabriel again. This time, he takes off from 27 yards out. Oregon regains the lead, 29-28.
And Oregon had 496 total yards against this top Ohio State defense.
All right, so now, this is where it gets interesting. Howard to Jeremiah Smith on the sideline for 18 yards. Ohio State will kick the field goal, 31-29 Buckeyes. Next Oregon drive. Gabriel got big. Finds Terrence Ferguson across the middle for 26.
And they just continue to make plays when they needed it. In the fourth quarter, it's getting late. You got to make these kind of plays if you want to knock off number 2.
Oregon made a field goal, 32-21. 28 seconds left. Buckeyes need something. Offensive pass interference called on Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, he's the big freshman. He just was too physical on that play, creating the big penalty.
And that was huge, Joey, because that ended up being the difference. Is Howard can't even get the play off. Ohio State goes down 32-31. With that, welcome in to the Lexus halftime report. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry. Coach, this lived up to its billing. At the end of the day, the home team ended up getting the win by 1.
Well, and that's what we're hoping it would live up to its billing. I was really impressed. Oregon's offense, and they started slow this year, came out and they performed. Dylan Gabriel made the throws he needed to with the game on the line to win. And we saw Oregon last year. What was the big issue? With the game on the line, critical errors, critical mistakes. They were able, today made the plays they needed to make in the key moments.
Oregon had 3 penalties in the entire game and did not turn the ball over. If you're going to knock off number 2, that's the way you have to play mistake-free football. They missed a field goal, were able to recover in this game and find a way to win it at the end.
Oregon now 6-0 for the first time since 2013. 12-team playoff, not a death blow by any stretch of the imagination. Could be the first of 2 times we see these 2 Big Ten teams play. Over on ABC, this game is 4+ hours now between Ole Miss and LSU. There was no scoring to be had in the first half. Ulysses Bentley, 50 yards to put Ole Miss up 10-0.
There was over 100 points scored in this game last season, so people expected more of a big offensive game.
And here, Nussmeier to Trey'Dez Green, LSU on the board 10-7.
Yeah, Nussmeier did not complete a high percentage of his passes in this, but he's kept slinging all night long.
How about this catch by Trey Harris?
Trey Harris had over 100 yards receiving and a huge touchdown catch.
LSU battled all the way back. They were down 17-7. Then Nussmeier here down 23-16. 4th and 5. That ties it, sends it to overtime.
They kept making the plays they needed to make on that drive to tie the game.
And that's where we are right now. Overtime over on ABC. As seen here, ESPN, Tennessee and Florida Gators have won 17 of the last 19 here. Graham Mertz to Arliss Boardingham, but Mertz got hurt on the play.
This is the second time in a row we've seen Tennessee in a tight ball game against an unranked opponent.
And Dylan Sampson puts the balls up on the board 10-7.
Yeah, and Florida had 5 trips into the red zone with only 1 touchdown to this point. You can't miss those many opportunities against Tennessee on the road.
And Jimmy, they were able to stick it on the ground and ended up getting the win because of
Sampson, 27 carries, 112 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
17-10, but here Lagway, I mean, this was a beautiful play to tie it.
Great job. He steps up. They run the corner post lets the receiver work, steps into the pocket, and delivers.
Should have gone for two.
They don't go for two. They go to overtime. Trey Smack from 47 yards. No good. So Tennessee's turn to win it. Nico Iamaleava finds Dante Thornton for 11 yards. And that was all they needed because 2 plays later, they just punched it in for the game winner.
Once Florida missed that field goal, it was the Tennessee offense that you knew was going to put this game away. They have Alabama next.
23-17. That's going to be an interesting game with how both Alabama and Tennessee are playing at this point. We had a Red River in Dallas, the SEC edition. Highlights Oklahoma, Texas coming up next.
This halftime report is presented by Lexus. Experience amazing.
The dynamic performance of the Lexus NX keeps you in the game, while its bold design and intuitive technology gives you the edge. Level up in the tech-forward and tech-ready Lexus NX.
You already track how far you've gone. The forecast each day, your packages, and your sleep. It's time for an easy way to track your glucose. Meet Stello, the powerful glucose biosensor available without a prescription. It tracks glucose 24/7 to reveal how food, exercise, and even sleep can affect your glucose, helping you become a healthier you. Join the personal health revolution today at Stello.com.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Like that's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control. And you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
To help save for our home, it stops going on trips and giving each other expensive gifts. We handmade them instead. That one took me 3 weeks. Getting pre-qualified for a home loan is easier. Only took like 3 minutes. It's you.
It's me.
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is. It's not a Big Mac.
The chicken Big Mac. Get it while you can. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Everything you thought you knew is brand new. See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12, now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
You're watching the Lexus Halftime Report.
First edition of the Oklahoma-Texas rivalry in the SEC. 120th meeting between the two. Quinn Ewers back, finds Gunnar Helm. Texas leads 7-3.
Quinn Ewers got off to sort of a slow start, missed a couple throws, but then he heated up and played well.
Speaking of heating up, Quintravian Wisner had a big day for the Longhorns. This was interesting, though. Looks as if he's on his way to a touchdown. He would fumble it into the end zone, and Coach Silas Bolden, the right man there.
Great effort and great job recovering it before it goes out of the end zone for a touchback. Great efforts on the play for Texas.
Yeah, and Texas dominant from start to finish. Quinn Ewers takes it in here. 34-3 the final. Texas 6-0 for the first time since 2009. Georgia and Mississippi State. Stop me if you've heard this before. Georgia sluggish to start. Then they started waking up. Carson Beck to Dylan Bell, 20-10.
Heck of a catch in the back of the end zone by Bell, just 1 foot down.
Beck had a big day statistically. Here to Arian Smith, 42-yard touchdown on 34-10.
Yeah, Beck threw for 459 yards and 3 TDs in the game. But the Bulldogs kept fighting back.
They did keep fighting back. And here, 4th and goal. Trevor Etienne punches it in. Georgia goes on to win 41-31. Not exactly the most comfortable afternoon for Alabama coming off the Vanderbilt loss, hosting South Carolina. Here, Jalen Milman and Jeremy Bernard, 34-yard Bama up 27-19.
Biggest play call of the game for Alabama. Up 1, 3rd and 10, go for a touchdown.
South Carolina not dead yet. Lenore Sellers to Nick Harbor.
You got a big receiver, give him just an opportunity. He gets it at the highest point and just gets that 1 foot down for the score.
Now we got to go for 2 to force overtime.
He's open.
Ball plays there.
He's open.
Oh, execution.
That's not the way he drew it up.
It is now time for the onside kick. Look at the spin on this thing.
Drop kick. No tee, just drop kick.
So South Carolina does the unthinkable. They get back into the game. They recover the onside kick. They'll have an opportunity to get into field goal range.
Blitz coming.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
Yep.
4 turnovers for South Carolina on the day. That's not a recipe to win when you're playing Alabama.
Alabama has not lost consecutive regular season games since 2007. 27-25 the final. Put a dramatic lead for the New York Jets. They host the Bills Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Peyton and Eli over on ESPN2.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Start to break away from UC with Tremfya, with rapid relief at 4 weeks. Tremfya blocks a key source of inflammation. At 1 year, many people experienced remission, and some saw 100% visible healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Popeye's crispy, juicy, tender, signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces of the chicken you crave for just $5. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Most people won't change the world. But then again, most people won't call the Flatirons their backyard and send their work to space and become household names. Because it takes the right kind of bold to see the bigger picture and the smallest and move faster, like way faster, and push more, make more, change more. Don't be like most, be more.
Is your heating and cooling system struggling to make you comfortable or keep your home temperature stable? Village Plumbing and Air has been serving Houston for over 75 years. So when it comes to heating and cooling, we're the real deal. Our licensed experts are all about delivering top-notch service and getting it done right. Plus, we're always on time. That's a promise. For 5-star service, easily schedule online or call Village Plumbing and Air today. Let our village take care of yours.
The ones who care, Village Plumbing and Air.
Honey? But the games are pumping.
The market's closed.
Peaches don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, Penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo in a river?
What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
This halftime report is presented by Lexus. Experience amazing.
This would be an amazing Rose Bowl, Penn State USC, but now it's a Big Ten game. What a comeback it was. What a play here. Drew Allen to Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren was the center on this play. Didn't go deep for a touchdown. Had 17 catches for 224 yards.
Penn State trailed 20-6 at halftime. Here, Miller Moss to Kyron Hudson.
Yeah, Miller Moss threw for 220, 2 TDs, moving the ball for the Trojans.
Penn State down 30-23. Aller to Singleton, wide open, ties it at 30.
Aller threw for 391 yards, 2 touchdowns.
In overtime, USC, Michael Lance to put him up.
The sun was in his eye. No, seriously, you see that sun?
The glare?
It's a little glare.
It's that West Coast sunset.
Here it is again,
Must not have been in his eyes.
From the other side.
Because Ryan Barker wins it for Penn State. They come back 6-0 for the second consecutive season. Clemson and Wake Forest. Clemson continues to dominate.
Clemson scored 28 unanswered points in the second quarter to take a big lead into the half.
We got a 16-game winning streak against Wake Forest. Now, this was never in doubt, Jerry.
Klubman has been really good. Threw for 309 yards in this game and 3 touchdowns.
And then Antonio Williams gets in on it.
You gotta have some fun with the trick plays. You got the lead right there.
Yeah, I mean, they dabbled with doing whatever he wanted, how he wanted, and laughing about it. 49-14, the final, Clemson over Wake Forest. If you want to know where you can watch your favorite team, go to Where to Watch on the ESPN app at ESPN.com. Tap or click the TV in the upper right. Enter your team. Where to Watch, the ultimate guide for live sports.
With investing options from Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things like landing this fish. What if the fish is really big? What if it's not a fish? What if it's treasure? What if the treasure is cursed? Rob has a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
I'm the Modelo recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Let's go, we're in the building, baby. Ooh, that's crazy travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that, bro? You saw that, dude, bro? That's what I'm talking about. Book it. Time out.
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate
Hate is winning out there.
Out on these fields,
In our communities.
on our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout.
On hate.
Together.
Together.
Welcome everyone to Arlington, Texas, and the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Into the end zone, Jordan Shoe Bottoms, intercepted going the other way.
You're watching the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
You're watching ESPN College Football presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. Folks, this is the Big 12 on ESPN. As we like to call it, the late night Big 12 after party. Under the lights here at Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado. 14-7 game at the break and a sold-out stadium. Watching the home team trail by 7 at the break. The Wildcats will have the football to start the third quarter. Avery Johnson has done a nice job at quarterback, but most of the heavy lifting offensively has been done by DJ Giddens. He already has 127 yards of rushing for the Wildcats. That's the first rusher that's gone over 100 yards this year against the Buffaloes defense. Keep in mind that the Buffaloes have been very good this year at making halftime adjustments. From the 2-yard line, Rice. And Devin Rice is going to be stopped up shy of the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 18. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for quarterback Avery Johnson. Let's go down to Quinn. What's up with Travis Hunter?
Well, that's the big question. He was injured in the second quarter. The receiver cornerback caught a ball and then was tackled solidly by a Kansas State player. He looked uncomfortable, basically tapped out, asked out. He went into the locker room, came out, went into the locker room, and stayed there. He has not returned to the field of play since halftime. He played 23 offensive snaps, 21 defensive snaps, but he missed the last 13 snaps of the second quarter. He's in the locker room. Officials tell me he is questionable. So no Travis Hunter right now, Mark.
Wow.
Get into the ball carrier. Tackled by number 41.
Well, let's take a look at the now what moments brought to you by Prudential. Yeah, now what? If Hunter is unable to finish this game, that has an impact, Roddy, on both sides of the football, especially as their leading receiver team down 7.
Defensively, you lose maybe the number 1 corner in the country. Offensively, you lose a guy who leads the Big 12 in receptions and has doubled the reception, came in with double the receptions of anybody else on this team.
Johnson behind his receiver over the middle, Jace Brown. Didn't really have a good chance at it. Sets up a quick 3rd down and 10. Avery Johnson is quick to say, I might be the fastest player on the field on any given Saturday.
And he might need to be on this 3rd down.
Yeah.
Colorado's been able to get some pressure on him. Was able to in the first half.
3rd and 10. They fake the jet sweep, and there's the speed and elusiveness. And he's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they spot this. They're going to spot it right near that marker. And it's a 10-yard gain, and they're going to give him the first down. So there is the speed that we were talking about just a moment ago. And Johnson able to improvise. What do you make about, well, Travis Hunter is going to come out. What does it mean if he can rejoin this team now? Does he play? How many snaps? They're going to have to manage him very, very judiciously on the 1-yard gain there by Jaden Jackson.
Jaden Jackson banged up, but you see the wrap on the right shoulder of Travis Hunter.
And we have another Wildcat player this time down on the field. Can't make out who that is yet. Looks like Jaden Jackson. Writhing a little bit of pain. And Travis Hunter putting his gloves on, perhaps ready to take the field again. Hopefully he'll have some news on Jackson on the other side of this break.
Why would people pay a deposit for something that wasn't created yet? They were like, well, what if you just take my money and just...
If you struggle and struggle and struggle with CPAP, you should check out Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
On a Longing, fans built by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with zero sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
How can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to talk to my bestie. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
For the right used car, just say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Another So-So pizza from So-So's Pizza? But wait, there's Marco's! Our new triple pepperoni Magnifico pizza is stacked with classic, crispy cut, and new bold shredded pepperoni. It's triple the flavor, and only at Marco's. Just $11.99.
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, Troy.
You're not going to start this game?
Oh. Did you just sing that you're gonna bench me to the Avocados from Mexico jingle?
Well, they make everything better.
Tastes good? They're good for you?
No way. Guacamole. That's cool.
That went better than I thought. Get another tray and the kicker.
Avocados from Mexico.
At Fisher Investments, we may look like other money managers, but we're different.
You can't be that different.
We are. We have a team of specialists not only in investing, but also in financial and estate planning and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, and as a fiduciary, we always put their interests first.
But you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, we have a simple management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Huh, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
Febreze. I use Febreze fabric refresher every day to make my home smell amazing. On my bed, my couch, my jacket or jeans, in between washes, even shoes. Febreze doesn't cover up odors with scent, but fights them and freshens. Over 1,000 uses. Febreze fabric refresher.
You're looking at Jaden Jackson, wide receiver for the Wildcats, shaken up on this jet sweep carry. Went down and stayed down for a couple of minutes, but able to walk off the field under his own power. Avery Johnson taking a shot, has a man. That's the second leading receiver, Jace Brown. Brought down by Shiloh Sanders, and now Jace Brown moves the chains. That's Johnson who's hurt. Quarterback Avery Johnson after that 33-yard pickup. Let's see what happened after the throw.
Delivers the ball down the field, and it looks kind of like
non-contact.
We were at Texas when Quinn Ewers had the oblique injury, threw the ball down the field and sort of grabbed his side in a similar fashion. Was non-contact, but it looked very similar. Wow. The type of throw where Ewers...
And there's a look at Taquan Roberson, backup quarterback. 6-foot senior from Orange, New Jersey, the UConn transfer. And boy, that looked paralyzing for Avery Johnson, the way he just locked up.
And it was a fantastic throw. But there's an immediate reaction after he delivers this ball. And he lets it go, and
rinsing in pain.
Debilitating.
Yeah. Boy, another key injury.
You know, the stars in this game, Avery Johnson's one, Travis Hunter's one, both of them injured in this game.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Let's go quickly down to Quinn.
Well, you get your first look at Taquan Roberson, a senior transfer. Originally started his career at Penn State from 2019 to 21. Transferred to UConn. 10 starts last year for UConn. This is his first significant action for the Wildcats. Taquan Roberson.
Sends a man in motion. They're going to keep it on the ground. Giddens with a nice spin move. Picks up about 8.5, and Avery Johnson running into the Kansas State locker room to be attended to by the athletic trainer staff, holding that left side that he grabbed immediately upon throwing. Folks, if you're just joining us, he did not take a hit there. He threw the ball and then locked up. 2nd and 2. NCO sets on the left side. They're going to keep it on the ground. Giddens picks up the first down. Brought down by Hill Green. Let's take a look at tonight's Bear Paint game plan.
We knew coming in Kansas State was going to have to run the football, and DJ Giddens has done just that to the tune of 138 yards on 15 carries. He has been phenomenal tonight, and now if you're Colorado's defense, you've been kind of selling out to stop the run. You go all in. Push all the chips in and dare Taquan Roberson to throw the football.
Looking at a 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This is Dylan Edwards. And Edwards picks up a tough 2 yards. Hey, folks, the Lynx won a thriller on an 18-1 comeback in overtime. Thursday night, we'll have Game 2 of the Best of 5 WNBA Finals tomorrow afternoon, with Liberty looking to tie up the series, 3 Eastern on ABC, as well as the WNBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 2:30, 1:30 in Minnesota. KD is a huge WNBA fan.
It's a big hoops fan, just a hooper.
Yeah.
Guy that would hoop for no money.
Yep. Loves to play. Let's not go too far, Rob. Pass underneath. Shot down immediately was Jace Brown. Good tackle by Hill Green. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down coming up. How important here for Colorado's defense to get a stop and get off the field?
Well, I think it's really big. Obviously, you get the ball back to your offense, and you're not potentially down 2 touchdowns. But, I mean, Kansas State's already eaten up almost 5 minutes of the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
On 3rd and 7. Caught for the first down and then some. Brown down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Wildcats. Brown with an authoritative throw here.
And it's man-to-man coverage. Jace Brown just got to get open on an out route, but it's really good timing with the backup quarterback, Taquan Roberson, as well. And the ability to make people miss by Jace Brown on display there. But Shiloh Sanders missed 3 games before coming back to this one. This is the most missed tackles I've seen from him. Yeah. And maybe in his Colorado career. Some of that might be the rust.
And they're going to blow this play dead. We're going to have a little procedure penalty on Will Swanson.
Start the snap. Ball start. Offense, number 83, 5-yard penalty. No first down.
9:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. This is the opening drive of the period for Kansas State. They have been metronomic, meticulous on this drive. Moving the ball down the field, primarily on the ground, but at times showing good balance. 1st and 15. Incomplete, intended for Spivey on the slant. Sets up a 2nd down, pardon me. Yeah, 2nd down and 15. Well, Roberson, as Quentin pointed out, has played a lot of important football in his time at DePaul and at UConn. He'd only thrown 3 passes coming to the game, and there's Avery Johnson, starting quarterback, coming out of the locker room.
Running a lot better than he was when he went in. It's a good sign for Kansas State.
On 2nd and 15, Giddens breaks it into the boundary. Shiloh Sanders with a touchdown-saving tackle that time at about the 4. Good block by Hecht out front.
This is a small running back thing, but DJ Giddens has a massive hole that's going to develop on the left side. But watch where the ball is. It's in his right hand. Ball's right here. It's in his right hand, and Shiloh Sanders is going to be coming from inside out. If that ball's in his left hand, then you've got a weapon on the inside, a stiff arm potential, and maybe you get in the end zone. It's just a little thing that he'll be coached on Monday.
Details. 3rd and 3. Roberson hands it off to Giddens. The TJ spinning within the shadow of the end zone. Picks up the 1st down, but no signal yet for a touchdown. Did we get a touchdown?
Well, it looked like the near side official, the line judge, signaled touchdown.
Previous play is under further review. Split on field. Touchdown.
Let's bring in Bill Lamonier to take a look at this touchdown run. It was called a touchdown on the field. Seemed to be some indecision by the officials making the call.
The official at the top of the screen came in, marking it a bit short, and this is going to show you he is short, and he's down, it's not in. The official on the near side here, though, Probably didn't see that knee down, just saw the stretch, and he went touchdown. But this will be reversed. It's coming back to the 1 or 2 yard line.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. Yeah, I was eyeing the official closest to the play who did not give a touchdown signal.
And the interesting thing will be where they spot it, because Kansas State could get a first down inside the 1 yard line and have a 1st and goal from the 1, or it could be 2nd and short from like the 1.5.
But that guy right there, DJ Giddens, has done an incredible job running the football tonight. Already at 154 yards rushing. The first rusher that's gained over 100 this year against that Buffalo defense. Giddens, a man of few words, but he really opens up a lot for their offense. When you look at his ability to run the ball, it gives Avery Johnson a lot more options, right?
It does, and the thing that you want out of a running back is to get more than the play is blocked for. So the offensive line can only do so much, and if they block up everybody who's in the scheme, and the first guy you encounter is at 6 yards, the play was blocked for 6. So if you only get 6, like, I can find anybody to do that. The thing that DJ Giddens does, so when it's blocked for 6, he gets you 16. Right. Because he can break that first tackle. He has been an absolute workhorse. He's one of the best backs in the country, and I don't think he gets the credit for it because there's no flash to this Kansas State team. So they often go overshadowed by flashier programs.
Avery Johnson in the huddle. We might see him come back in shortly. You see those flowing locks out of the back of his helmet. We asked him his nickname. He said it's Sunshine. Some of you may have seen the movie.
We asked him if he had seen the movie. That movie came out in the 90s.
After further review, the runner was down short of the 1 yard line, which was the line to gain. It will be 4th down from that spot.
So 4th down, not first down.
Yeah, excuse me.
Wow. I thought he had picked up at least the first down as well. Because he could have picked up a first down without scoring a touchdown. You see the approximate first down line there at the 1.
It's a big decision for Kansas State. Avery Johnson back in the offensive huddle. You can see just barely short, but it looks like it might be Avery Johnson back in for this play for Kansas State.
Roberson did a nice job while in there.
He did do a nice job. Yeah. Really nice. Some good deliveries. Now you turn it over back to the starter.
We'll have to keep an eye and monitor his mobility here. They're 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions tonight. At the noisy end of the field. Giddens. Short of the end zone.
But I think he got the first down. All he had to do was get inside the 1 yard line. And I think he did that. This crowd went crazy as if they thought it was 4th and goal. But they could get a first down inside the 1. And they got it.
Yeah, we said that. So it's 1st and goal. Just had to get to the 1 yard line to move the chains.
They contact him in the backfield, but the lunge by Giddens clearly gets him inside the 1 yard line.
1st and goal coming up. Giddens, nothing doing. That defense intransigent up the middle. Non-negotiable that time. Setting up a 2nd down and goal. The guy they call the block bully, Chidozie Nwankwo, making the tackle. Number 97. Really the spirit of that defensive front.
If you're Kansas State, I don't know why you go away from that, though.
Yeah.
Continue to hand the ball off to 31. Continue to trust that big offensive line.
Second and goal. Brown in motion. Brown breaks the plane or not. Touchdown. The Wildcats put it in the end zone. Jace Brown had a touchdown last week, or pardon me, in their last game, and scores another one here.
Question is,
the runner was down with the ball.
tremendous job to extend his arms and break the plane. Bill, what's your evaluation of this?
He's extended the ball over the goal line plane. It's an excellent call. He had full possession of the ball. It's an excellent call for a touchdown.
And once that ball's across the plane, touchdown plays over. Once it hits the ground, it pops loose, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Touchdown's already been scored.
Avery Johnson goes to his roommate for the touchdown reception, Jace Brown. Two of those guys have great chemistry between them. That's his second touchdown of the season, the fifth of his career. And Kansas State up by a couple of touchdowns. Great effort by Brown. Yeah, strike a pose. They deserve it. Back after this.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, have it your way.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Have you always had trouble losing weight and keeping it off? Same.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
Wegovy.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Wegovy helps you lose weight and keep it off. I'm reducing my risk. Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with known heart disease and with either obesity or overweight.
Wegovy shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
And I'm lowering my CV risk.
That's the power of Wegovy.
Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare professional about Wegovy.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered. But did he get 10 free boneless wings?
Yeah.
No!
We want you to start every day with the charge you need. So we're giving you this home charger and covering the cost of standard installation. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
Hey, this season, Allstate will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Let's go downstairs to Quint for more.
Interesting, during that timeout, Travis Hunter is down on the sideline. He was actually watching video of the hit that caused his shoulder injury with some of the medical personnel. Travis now walking on the sideline. He does not have a helmet in his hands. Other injury news for the Buffaloes, the hits keep coming. Jimmy Horn, I've been told, is very doubtful to return to this ball game. So you add it up, that's their two best receivers, Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn.
Wow. They have been pivotal and critical for Colorado this season. They'll take it 1st and 10, yeah.
Injuries on both sides. It's going to be about attrition after a while.
So let me ask you this, Roddy. Back to Travis Hunter. He's a two-way player, but if they do decide to use him judiciously, do you use him on offense or defense down 14 points?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen at all. But if he does come back on the field, I think you have to use him on offense down 14. And Kansas State's doing most of the damage on the ground. He's not going to help you a ton there. And with Jimmy Horn out, I mean, if you can get him at all, then you'd love to have him on offense. But looks like he is content on the sideline.
Three-man rush for the Wildcats. Shedeur gets it out quickly. Complete. What a move by Shepard. Oh, he hit him with the sauce all the way out to midfield. And a 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Will Shepard, he's made so many big plays. And we have another player shaken up. Justice James for the Wildcats missed the tackle after that 25-yard catch and run by Will Shepard, the transfer from Vanderbilt.
I mean, this really might be about attrition by the end of it.
Wow.
Jimmy Horn, Travis Hunter, currently not in the game. On the Kansas State side, seen Avery Johnson go to the locker room. Jaden Jackson banged up. We haven't seen him back since his injury.
And these are two teams that come off a rest week, right?
Yeah.
And it goes against conventional thinking.
You got healthy during the bye week, only to come out in this game. And both teams are going to leave with some pretty significant dings.
It'll be 1st and 10 right at midfield. Shedeur Sanders, meanwhile, has connected on his last 13 consecutive passes as Avery Johnson comes back out of the locker room for the 2nd time tonight. Sanders pulls it out on the slant, complete down to the 35. Same guy, the rematch from Will Shepard. A 15-yard gain this time. And another player slow to get up. That's Keenan Garber, the starting cornerback for the Wildcats.
There's been a lot of discussion. The Colorado fans don't like it because feigning injuries has been a big topic of discussion in college football. Cornerbacks don't do it.
Right.
Especially when you had a corner just go out.
Okay.
That's a position that's not as interchangeable as a defensive lineman going down. That was not a slow down the tempo type of injury.
Oh, his leg locked up.
Immediately.
No, hamstring cramp. 6:11 to go. Buffaloes with the ball in the 35. The Wildcats in the midst of a 21-0 scoring run after trailing 7-0. Sanders on the receiver screen, complete. Got a wave of blockers down to the 21-yard line. That's Omarion Miller. Little jailbreak screen there, or tunnel screen. And they move the chains again, Roddy. A 13-yard gain, and another Wildcat player shaken up. That's Marquise Siegel. This isn't the scenario where you usually, as some say, fake an injury, right?
You're playing with two backups at corner, so you don't want your starting safety going down for a play at all. This is not one of those fake injury situations. Seems like, or one would think that if you wanted someone to go down with injury, it would be someone that was a little more dispensable.
Hey, Roddy, just a reminder for everybody that we are at altitude 5,280 feet approximately.
As you pull out the oxygen.
Yeah, I get my oxygen can I've been using. Hey, folks, if you don't think that it makes a difference playing it at altitude, it does, and it's not always a great thing for yesterday. You put this. I got a tip from our director, Anthony DeMarco. He says if you have a low-grade headache, which is an effect of the altitude a lot of times, you get yourself a little oxygen.
And you just put it over your mouth, take a big puff of it, and how do you feel now?
I feel great. I feel really good.
I bet you do.
This is oxygen. It's oxygen, folks.
And look, there is some frustration nationwide about the faking of injuries, and when you have guys go down on 3 consecutive plays, I can see why you would, if you were the Colorado fans, feel like that's what's happening here. I don't think that's what's happening. I think you have had 3 players have various levels of injury.
You would hope that fans would be compassionate to begin. on another bizarre night here. Now that's the quarterback of the people right there. Avery Johnson getting a selfie with a fan.
Not a lot of sidelines that are close enough for a fan to hand a player his cell phone and the player to easily hand it back. Here in Colorado, you're basically in the stands when you're on the sideline, and the stands basically go right up to the bench.
Love me an interactive quarterback. Tunnel screen again, this time blown up. Miller with not much room for the run after the catch. Steiger with the stop. No gain on the play. That oxygen thing works pretty good, right?
I'm glad. I was going to ask.
Don't knock the hustle.
But I don't want to share the germs.
I would have asked you. 2nd and 10 coming up.
McKendry and Steiger just coming in the game for Marquis Siegel, making a nice play.
You wonder if Shedeur Sanders might go after one of the new DBs that came in. Gets it off wide open. Shepard dropped it. That is the second deleterious drop that he's had. He dropped one late against Baylor, if you remember. Wow.
It's been the one thing that's plagued Will Shepard this year, that the untimely drops.
Oh, wow.
Felt like he was setting up his next move before he reeled the ball in. But you have to flush it. I mean, with the top, he's the top target. He and LaJohntay Lester still in the game.
They come with a blitz this time. Sanders, what a catch! Open is Miller. And pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. They move the chains. And another Wildcat player shaken up. The list of the infirmed continues here. Wow.
Miss Jacob Harris, watch the middle of your screen. You're going to get two Kansas State players just running right into each other. Jacob Harris, one of the starting corners, lost the grab.
That's a great catch by Miller. And the run afterwards, but man, when you get hurt taking on friendly fire,
it's the ones that you don't expect.
Jeez.
You know, when you're a defensive player, any player, you sort of react and move to the other color, the opposite jersey color, flashing in front of you out of the corner of your eye. When it's your guy, you certainly react to it as it gets close if you can see it coming, but it doesn't ring the same alarm bells.
Yeah. I'm losing count, Roddy. What is that? 3 different Kansas State players hurt on this ground?
4. And 4. Keenan Garber has come back into the game, the corner number 1. But
I ask you again, if you're Shedeur, do you keep inventory and try and go after the new DBs that are coming in?
There's been so many. Can you keep track?
Yeah, that too. 1st and goal for the Buffaloes. Sanders pulls. Touchdown. Shepard. Atonement. Nothing takes the sting out of a drop like a touchdown catch a couple of plays later for Will Shepard. His 2nd touchdown catch of the season, the 23rd of his career for the Vandy transfer. And the Buffaloes with an impressive drive, 7 plays, 75 yards, and then the 7-yard touchdown catch.
This was the drop. And then Will Shepard with another chance. He had a crucial drop at the end of the Baylor game. Said he came to the sideline and told Coach Prime, I'm back in the UCF game. And you know what Coach Prime told him? You never left, baby. You never left. What goes up?
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed a Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
Eric, Henry.
Hey, Jake the State Farm. I say so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Oh!
Okay, and this is Auto again, right?
Oh!
Hey, this is my living room.
Oh!
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. The new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid.
This is a payday bar with tons of peanuts and caramel that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to hammer your hunger, cut your appetite in half, and demolish your urge for peanuts. Payday. Get to it. Also try chocolatey payday.
Students who learn differently can thrive in college. Landmark College is the college for students who learn differently, dedicated to students with ADHD, autism, executive function challenges, and learning disabilities like dyslexia. With small classes, unrivaled academic and social supports, and a world-renowned LD Research Institute, Landmark College provides students with an education that will take them anywhere. Learn more about on-campus and online options at landmark.edu.
Honey? But the games are pumping.
The market's closed.
Teachers don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, Penny's stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo in a river?
What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
Welcome back, everyone, to Folsom Field here in Boulder. Colorado with a touchdown on the previous drive. This is going to be returned by Devin Rice. Up the right side of the field. Got an alley. Still on his feet and hit out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Nice return that time by Rice. As we take a look at our player spotlight brought to you by Cintas. Avery Johnson, 9 of 11 passing. He's made some timely runs as well. How do you reconcile Shadour's numbers, Roddy? 21 of 23, but they're down by 7.
It feels like they're barely hanging on, and Shedeur Sanders has been nearly perfect throwing the football. But it's really because he's been on the sideline. An 8-minute drive by Kansas State started this second half, and DJ Giddens has got a career-high 207.
No Travis Hunter in on defense. Giddens, man, that must be jelly because Jam doesn't shake like that. What a move. He left the defender defenseless. Giddens with a nice chunk of yardage, 15. Look at this.
It's the definition of contact balance. Once again, he's got Shedeur. Shedeur. I'm Shiloh. I got the wrong Sanders brother. It shook me to my core.
I'm sorry. He dropped him like a Kendrick diss track that time. Wow. What a move by Giddens, who continues to pile up the yardage, headed towards 200. We get a timeout on the field.
Timeout. Colorado. The first half.
You know what Giddens said to Shiloh here? He said, 21. Can you do something for me?
Make it shake.
Oh.
This is going to be tough film for Shiloh Sanders to watch on Sunday or Monday. Carmelo Anthony's looking like, what are you going to do? You got him in the hole, and he gives you the 1-2.
Melo with a little regional bias, of course. Played locally for the Nuggets, and KD enjoying what's going on in the sidelines. There is no scene, folks, like a Colorado-Buffalo football game when you count up the amount of Hall of Fame athletes on the sidelines. It really is. It feels like an award show every time you come through.
Just off the top of my head, you got Deion Sanders, Warren Sapp, Terrell Owens is here, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, future Hall of Famer.
Saw Cameron earlier. Here's Giddens, who's turning into a big-time star as well tonight. Shiloh Sanders with a nice hit on Giddens. Didn't miss that time. 3-yard gain by Giddens. Over 170 yards rushing tonight and consuming that clock. But Shiloh really is the spirit, the backbone of that defense, especially in the secondary.
He is, and the reason why is he's usually a very good tackler. Today has been a tough night for him trying to tackle DJ Giddens, who's gotten him every which way.
Avery Johnson a pass. Backside pressure, and they sack him at the 46. B.J. Green. That's the 4th sack for the Buffaloes. Sets up a 3rd and long.
But watch the route by Will Swanson, who's just going to be on a little drag. He is wide open right in front of Avery Johnson. Deliver the football, but Johnson looked like he was looking down the field. But he had a ton of real estate. Instead, it ends in a sack and a 3rd and long.
Johnson underneath to Jackson on the move, trying to get to the marker. Let's see where they spot it. It was close. They're going to give him a spot that comes up a little bit short or close.
Looks like
he got it. He got it. Jace Brown provided a little block on the edge, too, for the 14-yard gain. Here's another look.
Watch number 1. Just that little nudge is able to get just enough for Jaden Jackson, who we saw leave the game. Good to see him back in and making a play.
Previous play is under further review. Going on the field was at the line the game was made.
This is going to be a very interesting spot when they go back and review this play. With 2:06 to go in the 3rd quarter, and what is shaping up like another time-consuming drive for the Wildcats. They are clearly winning the time of possession tonight. Almost 26 minutes to 16 minutes for Colorado. And Avery Johnson seems to be recovered enough from whatever was ailing him a little bit earlier. It caused him to go into the locker room twice.
The way it looked when he initially went down, we feared that it was some sort of strain that could keep him out.
There's another look at the spot. Let's bring in Bill Lamonier, our rules analyst. What do you make of that lunge at the end, Bill?
You guys are challenging me tonight.
It's a tough one.
I thought it was back on the field. But he stretches out there and his right hand goes down out of bounds. So where's the football at that point? Without a straight down shot down the line, it's going to be difficult. But it appears to me the ball is short based on where the hand out of bounds is and where the ball is behind it.
So there was indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field, which stands, which means 1st down, Kansas State.
You are right, though. This drive does feel like one of those time-consuming, keep the Colorado offense on the sideline and keep this Colorado defense frustrated with its inability to get off the field. In Kansas State, so far today, 5 of 9 on 3rd downs, with a few 4th down conversions on top of that as well.
1st and 10. Giddens on the carry. Falls forward for a yard, maybe 2. Silman Craig making the tackle on the play. If you're just joining us, Travis Hunter has not played in the second half of this football game, suffering from an injury after taking a blow to his right shoulder. And that's a big piece of their defense and offense. Play clock below 10. Johnson's going to hand it off to Giddens again. Falls forward for about 2 yards, sets up a third, and about 7 or 6 to go. Okunlola making the tackle on the play from Brockton, Massachusetts. 1 yard gain, 3rd and 8.
Feels like the biggest third down of the night for Colorado's defense. And they need this crowd to be as rowdy as they've been all night to make it tough on Kansas State offensively.
Jackson in motion. Johnson comes back the other way. Giddens dropped it. He dropped it. He was wide open. And it sets up a 4th down and 8. Within field goal range. Remember, as I pointed out, with the oxygen tube, they are at altitude. The ball travels faster, but boy, that's a catchable ball.
TJ Giddens has essentially done no wrong in this game until that. He was one-on-one with Shiloh Sanders. Between him and the end zone, crucial drop.
Chris Tennant from 48 yards out. No doubt. Drills it to increase the lead to 2 scores, 10 points, with 28 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, folks, there's the Taco Bell Live Más student section. And right now is a little bit concerned. All season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. Kansas State, a ranked opponent, coming in number 18. A win for them tonight, and they're right back on track after that loss at BYU, who, by the way, is undefeated in conference play. What do you make of the play? What kind of grade would you give Avery Johnson almost 3/4 into this game?
I'd give him a B+.
Okay.
You know, there's throws that he's made that coming into this game have been inconsistent for him. He's run when he's had to, although since the injury, I don't think we've seen him take off. But he's managed the game well. I think the crew that gets an A+ is the offensive line and the run game.
Yeah.
And DJ Giddens, we might have to downgrade him to just an A after the 3rd down drop. Tough grader. The red pen.
I'm glad you weren't marking my college papers. I'd still be in school. As for Colorado, what's at stake for them? Well, a win tonight against a ranked opponent. Validation, elevation, and potentially a top 25 ranking, Roddy?
I think it's well within the realm of possibility, particularly when you consider that the best player in college football, Travis Hunter, hasn't played for the majority of this game at this point.
Shedeur Sanders is going to have to use all of his ordnance and weaponry on offense to keep this thing close without Travis Hunter, his leading receiver. Hayden in the backfield.
Jimmy Horn, the number 2 receiver, also out of the game as well.
Huge. They've been able to keep Shedeur upright, though, here in the 3rd quarter. Steps up and sacked again. They have been in his chest like bronchitis. I mean, all over him.
I think
that's the 5th sack.
I think the bronchitis might have made its way a little bit lower and become pneumonia.
Yeah.
Permanent bother in his chest, nearly.
Oh. Ryan Davis with the sack that time.
Little formation, 5 players in the backfield. That is fine. 2nd down.
Coach Sanders says we can't afford to beat ourselves because the Wildcats don't make mistakes. This is what I mean by being in his chest all night.
And it's felt like Brendan Mott is basically pitched a tent in the backfield. He has been there all night long. But you've had a number of players get in on it, including Asa Newsom and most recently Ryan Davis.
Augusta with a run that time picks up about 3 yards, and that's going to do it for the first 45 minutes of play. Colorado down by 10 points on their home field, which begs the question, does Shedeur have another Brady mode moment left? With Hall of Famers and All-Stars on the sidelines watching. We'll find out in these final 15 minutes when we come back.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Behold, Jimmy John's new smoked cheddar bourbon club. Taste. With premium roasted meats. Exquisite. And smooth bourbon sauce. Top shelf. It's almost as classy as knowing a British person or eating the bourbon club off fine china. For a limited time at Jimmy John's.
All right, Tina, 6 heartbeats. Okay, not soccer, but
football.
Yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
Oh, you don't pass, Tina.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
So happy?
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good. There's only one play. Go for Dos. That means when we get a chance to go big, we take it. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. The usher is playing lockdown D. Watch how they execute. With the Dos Equis vendor as lead blocker. Sneak, scramble, take it to the house. Flawless. That's how you...
You know the most exciting thing about life? Is how you can change it. How you can reinvent yourself. Take on new challenges. So go ahead. Reimagine yourself. We did. Introducing the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks.
I'm out here telling people how they can save money with experience. You look like someone who has a lot of subscriptions.
I have a lot.
Too many, I'd say. You can see your subscriptions all in one place and cancel the ones you don't like. Dude, that's so easy.
I actually need that.
Get started now with the Experian app. Wendy's took their nugs to a whole new level with sauce. Seems like everyone's trying to get their fingers on them. Stop that! When you gotta bring the sauce on game day, gotta be Wendy's.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm on my way with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Investment opportunities are everywhere you turn. But at T. Rowe Price, we're letting curiosity light the way, asking smart questions about opportunities like advances in healthcare and how these innovations will create a healthier world tomorrow. Better questions, better outcomes.
Hey, Scott, this stuff's perfect for fall, right? Yeah, feature lawn now to strengthen roots all winter for a better lawn next spring. I know. It says it right there on the back.
Yes, it does. Download the My Lawn app today for lawn care tips and customized plans.
Feed it, lawn. Feed it.
It's so on.
Under the lights in Boulder, Colorado, you're watching ESPN College Football, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. The Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week with DeAndre Jordan and Russell Westbrook of the Denver Nuggets. Watching on the sideline, Shedeur Sanders on 1st and 10 drills a rope complete to Omarion Miller Out to the 46-yard line and a first down for Sanders and his offense.
Big third down conversion. Third and long. You got zone coverage. Amarian Miller, who had a massive game last year against USC, 196 yards, capable of filling in. He's filling in for Jimmy Horn. Nice job by him finding a soft spot in the zone.
And for Travis Hunter. Shedeur Sanders back to pass. And he got rid of it. Nobody in the vicinity. And we're going to have an intentional grounding penalty here.
Stop at this spot. Second down.
So they're going to roll forward progress rather than the intentional grounding. But Shedeur Sanders, it looked like he felt like he was going to be able to roll out of it.
Yeah.
The roll actually, when he spun, he rolled into the sack.
Stufflebean was right there, number 47, to meet him.
Watch Shedeur. He feels like he can spin out, but the block actually comes blocking him out.
Right, you pointed out earlier, Kansas State is running a lot of games.
A lot of twists and stunts up front. That one, I think they actually picked it up pretty well. It was late, but Shedeur tried to bail, and it ended up in another catastrophic sack.
That's the 6th one of the game. Downfield, Miller with the catch, and a first down at the 20-yard line. Omarion, and he's slow to get up. A 51-yard pickup, and his quarterback is the first one down there to check on him. And here comes Coach as well. We have had a litany of injuries here in the second half on seemingly harmless plays, some of them. Well, good to see him get up at least.
Favoring that left leg, and there was a lot of turf that came up when the tackle was made. Like that leg might have gotten caught under him.
Got brought down in an awkward position.
Those are scary. What you hope is that the initial scare is what keeps him on the ground, and then as it goes, it's not as severe as it seems, although he's unable to put any weight on it, being helped off.
That would be their top 3 receivers going to the sidelines due to injury. Jimmy Horn is out. Travis Hunter is out. And now there's a look at Horn and Miller being taken off the field. Meanwhile, that was the longest play of the game tonight for Colorado.
After a massive sack.
Sanders gets it out over the middle, overthrows him, and right into the arms of the safety for the interception. Payne brings it out to the 25. That ball just sailed on Sanders. And that's the second interception of the season for VJ Payne.
VJ Payne's in the middle of the field. He's just playing center field. He's got his eyes on Shedeur Sanders, who, because of the pressure at his feet, just overthrows this. It's just a miss. It's one of the few misses that we've seen during this game by Shedeur, but it ends what looked like a very promising drive.
They were on the fringes of the red zone. Instead, it'll come back 1st and 10. That's the 5th interception for the Wildcats defense this season. 1st and 10 coming back the other way. Dylan Edwards. Let's go down to Q, who was with Coach Sanders a moment ago.
Integrity. We just got to do a better job up front, as well as in the secondary. We're missing a ton of tackles as well.
How are you dealing with no Travis Hunter and no Jimmy Horn?
Oh, that's not easy whatsoever. But we got the players that can step right in and do the job. Next man up.
Thank you.
Coach Sanders with the "what me worry" look. 2nd and 9. Travis Hunter watching from the sidelines. Bentley making the tackle that time on Dylan Edwards. A yard gain on the play.
defense has to stop Kansas State here. Kansas State's really controlled the ball in the second half. Now you've got them in a 3rd and long. They're going to get back in this game. This defense is going to have to come up with some stops, and it's got to start here.
An incredible difference in the time of possession tonight. That pretty much tells the story. They go empty formation. Avery Johnson pulls to Giddens, met immediately at about the 32 by Silman. Correct, that's short of the first down, so the Colorado defense will get off the field here and force the punt. The clock running, just under 12 minutes to play.
And most importantly, they were excellent against the run on the first 2 plays of the drive to set up the 3rd and long, where Johnson throws it short to Giddens, and then you make a tackle.
3rd punt of the night for Wildcats punter. On 4th and 4. And a fair catch called back at the 27-yard line by LeJontay Wester. Shedeur Saunders going to take the field again. His team down by 10. Looking for that 5th win of the season.
Nature's Bounty. Your bones are 4 times as strong as concrete. Nature's Bounty supplements your bone health with high absorption magnesium. It's in your nature to stand strong. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
Frosted Flakes good? They're great.
You're still great, Grandpa.
See? Told ya. They're good.
That colonoscopy for getting screens while I'm delaying. I heard I had a choice. I know the name. That's what I'm saying. Cologuard? Cologuard. Cologuard. Screen for colon cancer. At home, like you want. You the man. Actually, he's a box.
Cologuard is a one-of-a-kind way to screen for colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive. It's for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider for Cologuard.
I did it my way. Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
You've been accused of plagiarizing your master's thesis. You tell the truth. You can have this bucket of Bud Lights.
I'll go first.
No.
Professor Wilkins has been taking karate classes ever since that saxophone girl put him in a headlock.
That was a secret.
Now it's a beer.
Everybody, let's focus.
Imagine 7 days with no power, no lights, no fridge. Enough is enough. Get a GenPro generator. Power up no matter what. It's like having a home power plant in my backyard. Schedule your appointment at genpro.com. GenPro is America's #1 Cummins dealer, but we're also experts in servicing and maintaining all major brands of generators. We'll assess your needs and provide a personalized backup power solution. Visit genpro.com to get started.
Just sleep in the maker. You're so tired. Who are you? I'm this influencer girly. I'm the one that tempts you to commit skin sins like washing with whatever. Or overpaying for trendy products. So,
watching somebody else
makeup
watch.
girl. Oh, skin! No! So easy, effective, and affordable!
Holy Hydration. Your skin salvation.
Now we honor those who serve, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, a consensus All-American halfback for the Colorado Buffaloes and runner-up for the Heisman Trophy in 1937. Byron White graduated from the University of Colorado as class valedictorian, served as an intelligence officer in the Navy, and was stationed overseas in the Pacific Theater. For his service, White was awarded 2 Bronze Star medals. And look at that stellar resume. Served on the U.S. Supreme Court from 62 to 93. He has literally done it all, Q.
If you wrote a movie about it, people wouldn't believe it. The son of a beef farmer, the epitome of a scholar athlete, not only the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy in 1937, played basketball. He hit 400, Roddy, for the baseball team. Punter, punt returner. World War II, his boat was attacked by a kamikaze late in the Pacific battle, and he put out the fire himself. That's why he was awarded the Bronze Stars. But went to Yale Law School, and then, as you said, served on the Supreme Court. Passed in Denver in 2002, and was a great advocate for desegregation of the public schools and affirmative action while in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he has an unrivaled list of accomplishments, Roddy, when you look at it. We couldn't even fit Yale Law School on his resume there.
Well, I didn't know Quint brought a scroll to read off his entire resume. Unbelievable, a life well lived. And any one of those things make you a Hall of Fame person, but all of them together make you one of the most special people to ever serve for this country.
Facts. 2nd and 10. Shedeur Sanders looking to pull, dropping back. Flag down. Throws it away. This time it went beyond the line of scrimmage. There was a receiver in the area, but let's see what this flag is about. 9:40 to play. Colorado down by 10. And it's going to go against the Buffaloes for holding.
Holding, offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's going to go against Kareem Harden.
The 55 is right here, and it's going to be against Toby Osunsanmi. Just grabs 44 as he goes past.
Yeah.
I mean, he held on for dear life as long as he could.
Yeah, if you're going to hold, make sure you really hold him.
Kareem Harden getting the start at right guard. Khalil Benson's been injured. He's questionable coming into this game. So Harden got the start.
Shedeur Sanders back to pass, under duress again. Steps up into the pocket, tucks it under, and gets down safely, finally, at the 42-yard line. And bounces back up quickly, setting up a 3rd down after that 13-yard run. Under 9.5 minutes to play.
The alarming thing is Osunsanmi was in the backfield almost immediately again. Another big 3rd down, certainly 4-down territory for Colorado here.
Miller and Shepard have been the primary targets in the absence of Horn and Hunter. Sanders has to get rid of it, does. Incomplete, but there's a flag in the vicinity of Will Shepard trying to make the catch, working against Keenan Garber. And there's a flag all the way back at the 46 as well.
Going to be at least defensive pass interference, and the other flag is in the vicinity of holding, and there was pressure on Shedeur again.
There are fouls on both teams. Holding offense, number 77. Pass interference defense, number 1. Those penalties offset. Still 3rd down.
So we'll do it again with 8:55 to go in the 4th.
The pressure on Shedeur has been concerning all night, but now they're getting it without bringing an extra player.
It feels like it's getting worse if you're a Colorado fan, right?
It is. Early on, it was when they were bringing an extra defender, a linebacker, or a defensive back on a blitz. But now they're content to only bring 4 and still getting that pressure.
3rd and 7. They've got to get to the 35. Obviously in 4-down territory. Open in the flat. Caught out of the backfield and a lunge. Did he make it? A gust of lunging, and they're going to say it's 4th down. They're going to mark it about 3 yards shy back at the 37.
Watch the left foot of Augusto.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds, didn't
he? Yes, he did. Out of bounds right there prior to the lunge. It's a good call by our officiating crew. They've been on it today. I gotta give this.
We don't need Bill for this one.
No, we don't. Bill, we got this one.
Bill Lamagna has been with us all night. Fourth
They
down
have
and
had
3.
a great game tonight, though.
Thanks for your help, Bill.
Colorado on fourth down today, 1 of 1, but 3 of 9 for the season.
And the Buffaloes are going to call one of their 2 remaining timeouts. The Brain Trust will strategize with a tipping point, a defining moment for the Buffaloes tonight on the other side of this.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guap.
Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Always. Everything. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
Hey, Coach Fries. Check.
Oh, I still got it. Eat your own ones. Own your prime.
Bookstores. I read that one. I read that one. I read that. I didn't read that one. Didn't read that one. Can you get this? Because I left my wallet way in my back pocket.
My pleasure, because I earn unlimited 2% cash back.
Oh, this is fascinating. Did you know whales and barnacles have a parasitic relationship?
Oh, I know about parasitic relationships. Let's go, Barnacle.
Off you go.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card.
All right, listen up. Your fire defense isn't cutting it, and it's almost game time.
Hey, you need killer alarms in every room. We're playing zone defense. I mean, fires can happen anywhere.
Like here. Here, too.
Yes. You can't handle the heat.
Hardee's $5.99 original bag gets you way more than Junior Burgers, Small Sammys, or Tiny Nuggies. You can't skimp on goodness on game day. The original bag, just $5.99, only at Hardee's.
Whatever you're into, Mercedes-Benz has an SUV for you. City shopping spree you. Weekend getaway you. Outdoor adventures you. Stylish, powerful, sophisticated. Because when you're in a Mercedes, you'd expect nothing less. Mercedes-Benz SUVs, featuring the all-new GLC plug-in hybrid with a best-in-class EPA estimated electric range of 54 miles. Visit MBUSA.com for special offers on select SUVs.
Back under the lights.
ESPN College Football is presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. 19 hotel brands, 1 loyalty program. Download the app. And in part by Mercedes-Benz.
Back under the lights here at Folsom Field. Elevation 5,280 feet. The expectations running as high as the elevation here for the Colorado Buffaloes, but right now down by 10. Looking at a 4th down and 3. What are you thinking in terms of a play call here if you're the Buffaloes?
Well, because of all the injuries, I think you're looking for 1 of 2 people. Will Shepard, one-on-one to the top, or LeJontay Wester, second from the bottom, number 10 in the slot.
A motion out of the backfield. Sanders with time. Got it delivered. Does. And finds his man. Wester for the 1st down. They stay alive. A 14-yard pickup. Boy, you saw him go right through his entire progression there.
Yeah, it's really good protection and a good movement in the pocket to eventually let Wester come free.
On 1st and 10, clean pocket. A bullet inside the 10 to Miller this time. It's going to be 1st and goal, Buffaloes. And Sanders in hurry-up mode. A pickup of 17.
When you get to the second half of these kinds of games, quarterbacks got to make big throws down the stretch. 2 of them from Shedeur Sanders on back-to-back plays.
Hayden in the backfield. Rolling out in the end zone, overshoots his receiver, and there's going to be a flag down This is going to be roughing the passer against the Wildcats. Burnell. Boy, and this was a team and is a team that usually doesn't beat itself with these types of penalties, Roddy.
Personal foul, roughing the passer defense, number 32. Half distance from goal and around the mat. First down.
Well, good discernment by Sanders to throw it out of bounds. And get a free one.
And look, that has not been the case, though, on the road.
Right.
In the 2 road games prior to this, at Tulane and at BYU, 8 penalties in each of those games. They have been one of the least penalized teams in the country when they're at home, but on the road, uncharacteristic mistakes.
First and goal. Sanders, 2 guys in his space, incomplete.
I don't know that there was an eligible receiver in the area of that one.
Didn't look like there was one.
Like a bunch of linemen. A lot of 70, 50, and 60 numbers.
The officials are going to adjudicate this last play and decide. But there were 2 defenders in his face immediately. Here's the call.
Pass was legal since the quarterback's hand was hit and it changed the trajectory of the ball. Second down.
There's the explanation. Sets up a second and goal. Quarterback's hand was hit.
Slipping right, comes back to the left. Yeah, it's a good call.
They get rid of it quickly. Onto the edge, Miller. Going to be brought down shy of the end zone by Carver. Trellin Miller makes it 3rd down and goal. And it looks like they're spotted right around the 2-yard line. Colorado with just a singular timeout remaining, under 7 minutes to play.
And hold the phones. Colorado has 2 tight ends in the game. A rare sight.
The 12 personnel. They're going to ride it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gustav. Gustav with his first rushing touchdown of the season, the 2nd of his career, capping a 72-yard drive. Alejandro Mata in for the extra point. Back to a 1-score game. And it's a field goal deficit. The Wildcats up by 3. Sanders handed it off and then did a little work after that, Roddy.
I just need a little bit extra behind you to get in the end zone.
I see what you did there, behind you.
Yeah. He knows that success is in front of him.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your school's saying first before saying it.
High tide! High tide, guys! High tide! High tide! High tide! High tide!
It's gold time.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Popeye's crispy, juicy, tender, signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces of the chicken you crave for just $5. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Open your eyes. You deserve better from your phone service. At Total Wireless, we're fixing that. No more hidden fees. No more surprises on your bill. You deserve to get it all, and that's exactly what we'll give you. Find your local store at TotalWireless.com.
While you were away, there were some developments. Fortunately, DoorDash can quickly come to your rescue. Your door to more. DoorDash.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying because of that other card?
No.
There's no crying in baseball. Or with the Capital One Venture Card, because it lets you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. And you can use those miles on any travel purchase. And you know why? There's no crying with the Venture Card. What's in your wallet? Let's play ball!
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is. It's not a Big Mac.
The chicken Big Mac. Get it while you can. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Outback Steakhouse, try the Great Barrier Eats, like the beef and reef platter, or the twin reef shrimp, starting at just $14.99.
I love the Great Barrier beef.
It's reef, mate.
Why would you say that?
Great Barrier Eats, now at Outback.
We've got one hell of a race here in Texas.
It's my song.
Back for the final 6:44 here in Boulder, Colorado. Kansas State leading by a field goal after the Buffaloes put it in the end zone a moment ago. Dylan Edwards, number 3, back for this kick, along with Devin Rice, the freshman. Edwards hoping to make a successful return here to Boulder, where he played a season ago. They'll take the touchback 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line for quarterback Avery Johnson, who tonight has only thrown the ball 14 times, completing 11 of those passes. What does Kansas State have to do here to put this game on ice, Roddy?
Run the football.
Okay.
They've had 298 total yards, 179 of that has been on the ground. And last time out, it was Dylan Edwards on 1st and 2nd down. DJ Giddens didn't get the first 2 carries, and it was the only 3 and out for Kansas State. Edwards in once again in the backfield, but he's going to split out wide.
Johnson a pass to Edwards, who couldn't squeeze it, and he was hit there on the corner. It was jarred loose as well by Silman Craig. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. How important is a 3 and out here for the Buffaloes defensively?
They need to stop, and a 3 and out would help with the confidence and momentum. Once again, DJ Giddens not in the game. You wonder if there's something going on.
They've done it on the ground tonight. You see the graphic. Johnson a pass, complete. Brown with room out near midfield. And he moves the chains with a 1st down catch and run. A clutch delivery by Avery Johnson for 23 yards.
That's a big-time throw. They needed a conversion. They needed to calm this crowd down. And it's an excellent delivery on an RPO by Avery Johnson. He's come under some fire at times for the inconsistency in his accuracy, but that a big-time throw here in the 4th quarter.
We talked about Giddens. He's back in the ball game in the backfield. On 1st and 10, gets the carry, looking for a crease, and picks up about 4, close to 5 yards. This a tipping point once again for the young quarterback Avery Johnson, the sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. His head coach, Kleiman, believes in him to the fullest, says he has that it factor.
There is a reason that the torch was going to be passed to Avery Johnson from Will Howard this year. Not only the athletic skills, but also the fact that he's built for moments like these.
They come out in an empty formation. Gets out of it in time, gets the ball out. Catch and run by the tight end, Garrett Oakley. And another Wildcat 1st down, silencing the crowd here in Boulder. Shiloh Sanders making the tackle.
That's just too easy for Kansas State.
Feels like pitch and catch right now.
There was nobody over him. It looked like one of the linebackers should have gotten out underneath that route. But nobody around. You can't have that in clutch time in the fourth quarter.
12-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the Colorado 35. DJ Giddens back in the ball game at tailback. Johnson in motion. It's going to be Giddens dancing between the tackles down to the 31-yard line. Stopped up by Levante Bentley. Colorado has one timeout remaining. There's a look at the defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston. First while of the Cincinnati Bengals for the Buffaloes. On 2nd and 6, pressure. Johnson fires high, incomplete. So Livingston dialed up a little bit of smoke that time, right?
And Colorado got away with one because there was a confusion in coverage. Cameron Silman-Craig, look down here to the bottom. There's nobody over the slot receiver. Will Swanson, he's wide open if he just turns around. So Colorado got away with one because of the pressure in Avery Johnson's face, setting up, once again, the biggest third down of the game.
Pressure on Johnson, incomplete. So the Buffaloes will get off the field. Hill Green got a hand up and batted it down, but good pressure up front from B.J. Green. Number 35.
B.J. Green just comes free off the edge. There's not enough blockers, and Nakai Hill Green gets a hand up. Kansas State leaving the offense on the field. I wonder if they're going to try and draw Colorado off sides, or will you actually run a play? Play clock running down.
Below 10 already, it's 6. And the Wildcats are going to burn a timeout here, one of their 3 remaining ones.
Timeout. Kansas State.
Tennant's longest field goal comes from 48. This year, career long is 51. Hey, coming up next on SportsCenter, showdown Saturday in the SEC. Bama survives against South Carolina while Texas rules Oklahoma. Plus, highlights of the battle for the Big Ten supremacy between Ohio State and Oregon. And the Guardians slammed their way past the Tigers, Ace. And a must-see grand slam that sent them to the ALCS. SportsCenter next. And on the ESPN app. It's past 1:30 a.m. in the East. This is why we call it the Big 12 after party.
Because the only people that are watching are the people leaving the parties. Hopefully more people are catching this because we've got some drama here.
Big play coming up. Avery Johnson still on the field. And the sellout crowd going to go to work. Johnson almost picked off. It is. Jumped and picked off. Hood. Colton Hood stumbles and falls. Colton Hood is the player in for the injured Travis Hunter, and a friendly carom here, Roddy.
It's a forced bad throw because of the pressure. And then Colton Hood does the hard part. He makes everybody miss. And it's him in the open field. Preston Hodges' foot may have gotten in the way. But the pressure by Robert Livingston, the fading by Avery Johnson, the tip. And Colton Hood is Johnny on the spot and almost takes it to the house.
This Colorado team is used to playing frenetic finishes. Time and again, just like Stanford a season ago, just like Colorado State a season ago, just like Baylor this season, winning the game on a Hail Mary. 1st and 10, under 4 minutes to go. From the 17, Sanders. Complete at the 11-yard line. That's Timmons Jr. with the catch. And he comes up hobbling a little bit. He was working against Justice James.
Shedeur Sanders was also slow to get up after getting hit. But this is a guy in Shedeur Sanders working without his top 2 receivers, Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn. Omarion Miller, who had exploded in this game, also left the game. Doing it with a bunch of guys. It wouldn't have started.
2nd and 4. Sanders, quick release, complete. They go ahead. Wester. Wester with his 2nd touchdown reception of the night. And Colorado once again trying to accomplish the implausible and the improbable comeback. 3:12 to go, and they lead by 4.
It's man-to-man coverage, and the question has been, can you cover these players in man-to-man? It's a nice throw by Shedeur Sanders, putting it right between the 1 and the 0. And LaJohntay Wester does the rest against Daniel Cobbs, one of the reserve defensive backs in the game because of the injuries that they've suffered. He is fired up knowing that he just put his team ahead by 4. Kansas State now needs a touchdown to go ahead after controlling much of this game and having an 8-minute drive to start the second half, with Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado defense coming up big in the 4th quarter.
This was all catalyzed by the interception by Colton Hood, who's in for Travis Hunter. And as for Shedeur Sanders, 378 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. It must be Saturday. He's doing it again. They're going to bring it out of the end zone. Rice, the freshman, going to be brought down inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. Do the Buffaloes have another stop in them defensively? Herman Smith made that tackle. And there's a look at Robert Livingston, the former defensive backs coach of the NFL Cincinnati Bengals. His defense coming up big here.
His defense allowed 177 yards rushing through the first 3 quarters. Here in the 4th, only 11 yards rushing allowed. They have come up big, and then obviously the interception that set up the game, the go-ahead touchdown.
Giddens in the backfield. Avery Johnson with a play fake, one-on-one coverage. Incomplete at the 45. No flags on the play intended for Jace Brown. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Brown was working against DJ McKinney on the play.
And now the question is, can Avery Johnson come up with the big-time clutch throws that Shedeur Sanders did? In situations like these, you're going to need 2 or 3 big-time throws to drive your team downfield and score the go-ahead touchdown. Does Avery Johnson have it?
Brown has been their go-to receiver tonight. They fake the jet sweep. Wide open out of the backfield. Giddens with tons of real estate. Shiloh Sanders helps run him down and pushes him out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. What a play fake that time by Avery Johnson. A 36-yard gain.
It's just going to be a little rail route out of the backfield. 2 slants from the receivers. and Giddens wide open. No one takes him in that man-to-man coverage. And it's a massive gain for Kansas State.
They're going to mark it back at the 50-yard line. Under 2.5 minutes to go. Giddens in the backfield. The play fake. One-on-one down the sidelines. Caught! Flag! Touchdown! Brown doing it for the Cats! He got in behind Preston Hodge, and Avery Johnson dropped a dime.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. That penalty is declined. He goes to play. Touchdown.
Incredible poise and precision from quarterback Avery Johnson, delivering when it most counted there.
That was one of those big-time throws, and it's incredible poise and precision from Jace Brown. Watch how he stacks the defensive back. He puts his back right in front of the chest, so all Preston Hodge can do is go through his back to try and get the football. It ends up in the pass interference. For more than that, it ends up in a catch and a touchdown.
The extra point important here. It'll make it a field goal lead. And it's 31-28. Avery Johnson with a spectacular, brilliant answer in that throw to Brown with his second touchdown catch of the night. With 2:14 to go in the ball game and one timeout remaining, Roddy, take me inside the thought process of Shedeur Sanders and Coach Shermer, his offensive coordinator.
Well, I don't think the thought process of Shedeur Sanders changes much.
Okay.
He is built for these moments. He trains for these moments. And he has already shown that in these situations, he's clutch. He calls it Brady time.
Yeah.
It's time to go be Tom Brady. Well, you only need a field goal to tie. You don't want to be careless or greedy with the football.
Well, when you have Tom Brady as one of your mentors, and when you can pick up the phone and text him and ask him about certain coverages, yeah, that's dealing with the best and getting the best kind of schooling if you're a quarterback. We've seen these comebacks before from Colorado. Do Sanders and the offense have one more left with 2:18 to play? All they have to do is get into field goal range. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And if you're just joining us, the Buffaloes just took the lead a moment ago before that touchdown pass from Johnson to Brown. The Buffaloes are playing without Travis Hunter on offense and defense, playing without Jimmy Horn. They're one of their top receivers, playing without Omarion Miller. Hayden in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Sanders has leaned into Shepard and Lester to pass. His safety valve. Nice move on the edge by Hayden. And he picks up a 4-5. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout. So we get 2nd down and about 6 to go. Great finish coming up. Stick back.
Fuel your fandom. Enjoy the home field advantage at Fairfield, official partner of the NCAA.
Hey, Marco. What are you doing, buddy?
I've always wanted to be in a homecoming parade. I grew these flowers myself. But more so, I grew as a person. Check this. Showtime.
Roll Tide.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up thinking the cheesiest, coach. Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Perfect. Don't. Go ahead. Press the button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, subs got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A chicken chalupa supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not less about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box. Only at Taco Bell.
Tamara, Izzy, and Emma. They respond to emails with phone calls. And they don't circle back. They're already there. They wear business sneakers and pad their keyboards with something that makes their clickety-clacking clickety-clackier. But no one loves logistics as much as they do. You need Tamara, Izzy, and Emma. They need a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for your team. Let our expertise round out yours.
We've seen some real spellbinding play from quarterbacks tonight. Sanders, 382 yards, timely passes on the last drive by Avery Johnson.
Shedeur Sanders has 382 yards passing, and he's going to need more if he's going to win this game.
Looking at a 2nd and 6 here. They run another stunt up front. Is that caught? Is that caught? Incomplete. Miller couldn't come up with it, tried to sell it. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight.
That's what we have. He almost got there.
Oh, yeah, it bounced clearly.
Got the hand on it. But the pressure on Shedeur is what caused that. He had to throw it off platform a little bit because he had pressure in his face.
Looking at 3rd and 6. 2 receivers into the boundary. There's a flag down, and they're going to blow this play dead.
The flag was right on time. The whistle to blow it dead seemed a little late.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 54, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Going to go against Philip Houston. Can't afford those penalties at this time.
Here he is. Yeah, just barely. It wasn't by much, but it was premature.
3rd and 11 as a result. Sanders comes underneath, complete at the 30-yard line. Hayden makes the catch. Picks up 6, so we're looking at 4th down and about 5 to go for the ball game for Colorado. They need to stay alive.
And this is the game. You've only got one timeout. Clock is running.
We got to get to the 35. Pressure off the edge. Sanders downfield. Incomplete. No flag on the play intended for Shepard. Garber was there. And Kansas State will take over on downs. The Buffaloes with only one timeout remaining. They'll have it at the Buffalo's 30-yard line. As that pass went over Shepard's head, and the ball appeared to be uncatchable.
The ball was thrown out of bounds. Yep. And so, I don't know if that's the reason the flag wasn't called. It wasn't an obvious PI, pass interference to me. I thought Shedeur Sanders got a little greedy on that fourth down. So low percentage throw down the field, and then the throw wasn't executed well.
Let's take one more look at the tail end of that play. Kansas State on the verge of their 5th win of the season.
Timeout, Colorado. Third and final. Timeout of the half. 60 seconds in lane.
Had an arm around him.
108, please. 108.
Look at his right arm.
Look at where the ball is. I don't think Will Shepard is all that close to catching that football. Right. That ball was thrown,
I would agree,
kind of well outside. And so in that situation, I actually like the no call. You said Garber, there is a lot of contact there, and I think if that ball is in play, the flag is thrown. But I believe it to be out of bounds.
When you say that Shedeur got a little bit greedy, you think, on that play, what would you have liked potentially to see?
I would have liked to have seen something that's a higher percentage throw. Those one-on-one fades down the field aren't high percentage. And look, you got to have somebody open, but also he could have used his legs as well as you look at the standings.
Yeah. Colorado will fall to 2-1. And Kansas State improved to 2-1. And, you know, if you're Kansas State, you look at the stats against that BYU team that they lost to, the stats would tell you a different story, but they had untimely mistakes that really cost them that game, not to take anything away from the Cougars.
But you are right, though. Penalties and turnovers killed Kansas State in that game. And this is a good football team that Colorado has. They went toe-to-toe with a good football team in Kansas State without Travis Hunter for the vast majority of the game, without Jimmy Horn towards the end. It's a good win for Kansas State, head-to-head over Colorado down the stretch. Two good football teams, though.
Chris Kleiman, the head coach of the Wildcats, comes into Boulder and comes out with the dub. They'll win it 31-28. And for Kansas State, next week they'll travel to Morgantown, West Virginia to take on the Mountaineers. And then take on their cross-state rivals, Kansas, after that in 2 weeks.